All right. I think we're live here at Collectco Sunday night's record sale. Let's see, is the date right on there? Didn't even check anything. Yeah, looks like that's the right date. It's the 13th. Yeah, I'm Paul. Obviously, different voice than normal. This is not Chad. Let me see. I might need to turn the mic down just a little bit. Maybe. Oh, where is it? Yeah, maybe right there. That's probably a better level. All right. When you're on and watching, let me know. This camera is just about sideways. There's some Transformers trucks up here. Not trucks, those are definitely cars, but the Ecto 1. Cool. Guess maybe Chad was showing some of that last night. Gonna be doing a lot of half off crates today. I think I've got 4 half off crates lined up. Some really good stuff. Probably a lot of this stuff, I don't know, it's probably been gone through like once, maybe twice, something like that. So definitely some good titles in here for half off. Yeah, very good. Cool. Let's see. Let me mix that up a little bit more. There we go. Got some stuff in here that I'm surprised is in here, but I'm sure it'll sell for half off. Hello, hello, hello. Yeah, just killing a little bit of time. I'm gonna be hitting the road Wednesday too. Going on a little buying trip. I'll probably be gone for about a week, but I'll be coming back with a lot of really good records. So definitely stay tuned for that. Be getting a good little influx of stuff. What else is going on around here? Don't know. I made a playlist, posted on a whole lot of records, heavy psych, heavy prog, some like proto metal kind of stuff. So if you're into that kind of stuff, maybe check that out. And I think there are some tracks from like records on there that we might be able to get reissues of, possibly. If you're interested in any of that kind of stuff, let us know. It's on Tidal. I actually switched over to the Tidal streaming platform within the last week or two. They pay artists a little bit better per stream, and the audio quality, I forget what they call it, it's like lossless maybe, kind of almost like FLAC file. So yeah, the audio quality is really good, and the library is about the same as like Spotify and Apple Music. So I decided to switch over to that, and yeah, I don't know. Just I like making playlists, and it's a good way maybe to kind of share some music that might be new to other people. Um, yeah, I think there's definitely stuff in there. If you like psych, if you like prog, you'll dig it. But also, I think if you like metal, you might find some tracks in there that you hear and you're like, dang, this is heavy. Like definitely proto metal, you know. Hello, 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 everybody. Yeah, a lot of half off crates today. Might do some buy now best offer as well. Just yeah, taking it easy here on a Sunday afternoon. Sunday afternoon. Let's see here. Just kind of peeking around, killing a little bit of time, just letting people get logged on and watching and everything. This is definitely a little bit earlier than we normally start, or when Chad starts Monday through Saturday. So people might be getting notifications, and yeah, hopefully you guys have had a good week. I've had a good week selling records. I'll be buying records this upcoming week. And let's see, I'm going to be headed to your birth state. Let's see. Great list and great listen. You get 1 month free trial. Cool. Yeah, I guess if you don't have Tidal, you can get a 1 month free trial and listen. Listen to that playlist. I thought about, I don't know, I think there's a way you can maybe like import playlists from like Tidal to like Spotify and or Apple Music. If not, maybe someone can do that because I know not everyone has Tidal, but also not everyone has Spotify, not everyone has Apple Music. So it's kind of tricky figuring out a way to listen to it possibly. But what's up, Michael? What's up, everybody? No CDs today, actually. It's going to be all vinyl today, all discount stuff, all half price, and buy now, best offer. I've got like, I think 4 crates over here of half price records that I'm going to go through as soon as I'm done rambling and just waiting on people to hop on here. But yeah, Derek, I figured you might be pleased with a few of the Canadian picks that I had on there. Some Canadian bands, you know, Charlie, I think it was like the second song on that playlist. Underrated heavy band from Canada. And then there's a War Pig song kind of towards the end of the playlist as well, but great stuff, heavy. Yeah, all right, let's see. Chad gave us permission to annoy me into selling CDs. Well, who knows, maybe it'll happen. I don't know. So just playing an original Led Zeppelin 4 UK 71 pressing. Sweet. Sweet. Yeah, anytime I get like a Led Zeppelin record or something, I'm always, you know, I want it to be a UK pressing. I always try to get stuff from like the country of origin and, you know, the year of release, first press from the country of origin is what I typically go after for stuff like that. Typically sound the best, or, you know, at least very close to it. Let's see. What's up, Kelly? All right. Let's go through this crate. This is going to be a half-off crate. But let me mute my mic first. I'm going to get a sip of a drink. Just 1 second. All right. Let's go through this. Half off of sticker. The price I tell you is the half off price. As Chad likes to say, no more, no less. So let's see what we've got in here. We've got Spoon, Lucifer on the Sofa. That's on like white and orange vinyl there. It was $27.99. Now it's just $14. $14 for Spoon. We've got King Tuff. This is live at Third Man. King Tuff from 2012. This is now just $7.50 for King Tuff. $7.50 on that. What is this? I can't. The glare on this is like preventing me from reading it. Was it Lilacs and Champagne Midnight Features Volume 2 Experimental Electronic Hip Hop? Yeah, looks like some red vinyl maybe. Was $17.99. Now it's $9. That's $9. Yeah, War Pig. Yeah, I know you have War Pig. You've told me about it. I want to get that record from you, Derek. I would love to get that War Pig record. And then we have here of Montreal, Skeletal Lamping of Montreal. Just $12.50 on the Elephant 6 label there. $12.50 on of Montreal. And then Matt Pond, PA, Last Night. Indie rock, and it is $11.50. $11.50 on that. David Comes to Life, that is Effed Up. Effed Up is just $10 now. $10 for David Comes to Life. This is Porcupine Tree, I believe. Yeah, Porcupine Tree, Up the Downstairs. This is a good one. It was $54.99. That would make this $27.50. $27.50. It's a 2008 reissue. Porcupine Tree, $27.50. Rebecca Howitt, Dragon Reiki Master. I think I'm saying that right, but Rebecca Howitt, Rebecca Howitt on David Comes to Life for half off sticker. That is sold to Rebecca Howitt. Thank you, Rebecca. And then we've got Wilco, A Ghost is Born. Wilco is a 2011 reissue. Was $34.99. Now it's $17.50. $17.50. I'm trying to get this camera. I want it. Sorry, there we go. That might be a little bit better there. What do we have here? Is that an S? No, maybe it's an L. Is it Loving Units? Lives? I don't know. VG Plus, it's $5. Moving Units and Wives Split. It's a split 12-inch single, hardcore, punk, art rock. VG Plus, just $5. VG Plus, $5 on that. See, checked out your psych playlist, some pretty great songs on there. Yeah, I was I think that's probably my favorite playlist that I've made yet. I love getting into that like heavy prog, heavy psych stuff. And cool. Yeah, glad you enjoy it. Hopefully everyone can listen to it. I know not everyone has Tidal, but Gabe, the Wilco condition, I don't think there were any condition notes. Yeah, no condition notes, $17.50, so that would be EX Plus or near mint. And that is $17.50. P. Lear. Is that Patrick Lear, I'm assuming? What's up? So Dwayne, all right. Any other claims there? Moving, please. That moving units, Rebecca, that is sold to you for half off. That is sold to you for half off. Thank you. Next, Band of Skulls. By default, Band of Skulls, some like bluesy, indie rock, good stuff. EX condition, just $9. $9 for Band of Skulls. And then what is this? This is Windmills by the Ocean. Windmills by the Ocean. It is in VG condition. Post-rock, drone, VG, that's $6.50. Just $6.50 on that one. $6.50. Yeah, if you buy anything today, this is the start of a brand new invoice. So this will be on the invoice not tomorrow, but the following Monday. So yeah, everyone is starting fresh with a new invoice today. Windmills is also sold to Rebecca Howitt. Thank you very much. How do I track a record someone gifted to me? That is a good question. I don't know. I think that records that get gifted to you will be in your own package, like the stuff that you paid for. It should be in that. So I'm assuming the tracking number for your order that you paid for will also have the gifted record in there, I believe, but I'm not 100% sure. That would be a good question for Ed. If you want to send our page a message, he should be able to look into that for you. Next, Gary Puckett and the Union Gap featuring Young Girl. No condition notes on that. Gary Puckett is just $5. $5 on that. Cat Stevens, Is It So? Cat Stevens is $7.50. These are half off sticker. Greenbelt Live, original soundtrack recording. It's on green vinyl from 1979 with the insert and poster. It was $24.99. Now it's just $12.50. Green vinyl. Cool. Greenbelt Live. $12.50 on that. $12.50 on that. Rebecca Howitt on green. Greenbelt is sold to Rebecca Howitt. Thank you very much. This is Evita. Is that a soundtrack or like a London cast recording? Okay, UK import from 1978. Just $10. $10 for Evita. $10 on that. Dwayne Caldwell, you were second on Greenbelt. You were second on that. We've got Amazing Rhythm Aces, Too Stuffed to Jump, and that is now $6.50. $6.50 on that. Doug Kershaw, The Cajun Way, that is $10. $10 for Doug Kershaw. Tony Joe White, Dangerous, cool. Tony Joe White, Gold Stamp promo, $17.50. $17.50 on Tony Joe White. $17.50. What happened here? There we go. We got Maddox Brothers and Rose. Maddox Brothers and Rose Family Folks, and that is a Bear Family release. $10. Just $10 on that. $10 on Maddox Brothers and Rose. And then we have Book of White. Parchman Farm. Book of White. No condition notes. It was $59.99. Now the half off price is just $30. $30 for Book of White. $30 on that. And this is Frankie Boy and Nancy Girl. This is, I don't think I've ever seen this. In shrink. German import. That's probably, yeah, I bet they only made it in Germany or overseas. It was $34.99. Now it's just $17.50. Frankie and Nancy Sinatra. $17.50 on that. German import. Doug Kershaw, live and pick and recorded live in Atlanta. That is $10. And then Bobby V, Gates, Grills, and Railings. Bobby V is half off for $7.50. Boz Skaggs, down two, then left. Boz Skaggs is VG Plus, $6.50. VG Plus, $6.50 on that. Styx, Cornerstone. Styx, Cornerstone is a VG copy. It's just $5. $5 on Styx. $5. Janie Frick or Fricky, I don't know. I think it's Fricky. It ain't easy. Janie is EX, and it is $6.50 in shrink with hype sticker. EX $6.50. Let's see, I'll take Wilco if no one else has. Who asked about that one? Gabe Calabro. I never did hear back from them. So I guess, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and sell it to Steven. Steven Lawson, where was that Wilco? It was towards the back. There it is. Wilco, that is sold. That is sold to Steven Lawson over on Facebook for half off. What's up, Michael? Isaias Lopez on Still. What was Still? Was that supposed to be Styx? What was Still? Was there anything in here called Still? Not sure. Isaias Lopez, let me know if Still was supposed to be for Styx, or if maybe I'm missing something here. Spot Skaggs, Bobby V, Doug Kershaw, Frankie, Book of White. Surprised that Book of White's still in there. Still, yeah, I'm not seeing Still in here anywhere. Styx, okay, I thought that might be a typo, but or autocorrect, something like that. But Styx is sold to Isaias Lopez. Greg Bettinger, you were second on that. You were second on that one. Next is Before. That's Brett Auger and the Trinity. Some cool prog, jazz, rock type stuff here. It was $14.99. Now it is $7.50. $7.50 on that. The 3Ds, New Dimensions in Folk Songs. That is $5. It's a 1964 US stereo copy. No condition notes. $5 on the 3Ds. $5. It's bluegrass time again. This is Hubert Davis and the Season Travelers. That is also just $5. $5 for some picking and grinning. $5 on that. Jennifer Schrader on BW. Was that for Book of White? Book of White, Jennifer Schrader. I'm assuming that's what that is. That's definitely the type of record you would buy. So I'm assuming that was for Book of White. That sold to you for half off. Half off sticker. Next, this is A Star Is Born. Is this sealed? It is sealed for just $5. A Star Is Born sealed soundtrack, or actually the motion picture score, sealed for $5. And then we've got Donnie Iris, Fortune 410, I believe is what that is. Fortune 410. $5. $5 on Donnie Iris. Thank you, Jennifer. That is sold to you. Grinder Switch. Grinder Switch. Pulling together some Southern rock. $7.50. $7.50 on Grinder Switch. Donnie Iris is sold to Rebecca Howitt for half off sticker. Thank you. The Comedy of Proctor and Bergman. Give us a break. That is $5. $5. What a great cover, though. Great cover on that. $5. Don Edwards live at the White Elephant. Don Edwards is sealed from 1977. It was $29.99. Now it's just $15. I don't have a genre on this, but it looks like probably country, maybe country rock, southern rock, something like that. But yeah, sealed for $15. Don Edwards live at the White Elephant. Phantom Connect, what's up? Hope you guys are all doing well. Just taking it easy here on a Sunday, selling some records. Got Hank Snow, Railroad Man. That is a UK or European import from 1987. Half off sticker makes that $5. Just $5 on Hank Snow. $5 on that. Daryl McCall, Lily Dale. Daryl McCall is a white label promo. It's just $5. White label promo, Daryl McCall, $5 on that. $5. Let's see. This is Starlight, the new Ramblers. Starlight, the new Ramblers. That is $7.50. $7.50. Weird. I would have thought this would be like probably country or country rock or southern rock or something, and it very well might be, but there's also someone playing saxophone. There's some synthesizer on here, and then, yeah, of course, lap steel guitar, but this is probably an interesting listen. $7.50 on that. The cover's pretty cool. $7.50 on Starlight, the new Ramblers. This is Cliffy Stone. Cool Cowboy, Cliffy Stone. And that is $5. That is a U.S. pressing from 1959. Just $5 on that. No condition notes on the vinyl. And last but not least, Mary Lou Williams, the Ash Recordings, 1944 to 47, compiled and edited by Peter O'Brien, S.J., and that is from 1977. It's 2 LPs. It was $29.99. Now it is $15. $15 on that. Mark Morris, I am live. I think we're live on Facebook, right? I hope we are. Are people still on Facebook? Let's see. Jennifer Schrader was the last Facebook comment. And now Gabe is on there. Cool. Any Dylan Highway 61s coming out today? Not that I know of. I don't remember seeing any of those in the crates that I pulled. I highly doubt that record would end up in a half-off crate. Very tough. Not Acclaim. Starlight, the New Ramblers is a country swing band. Wow. Country swing band, and they have like saxophone and synthesizer on there. Probably pretty interesting. Looks to me like kind of a Private Press type of a record as well. Live. Yes, we are live. Good, good. All right. Well, I'm going to just run through this one more time very quickly. Very quickly. Had to go to YouTube to watch the broadcast. Weird. I wonder why that is. Looks like we definitely should be live on Facebook. People are watching and commenting. Yeah, gotta run through this one more time. If you need any prices or anything, just let me know. Still got Spoon, Lucifer on the Sofa. That was like an orange and white pinwheel kind of a thing. King Tough, live at Third Man. Everything is half off sticker. If you need prices or condition, anything like that, let me know. This is Lilacs and Champagne. That was some experimental electronic / hip hop. That is still available. Let's see. Rebecca Howitt wants Lilacs, that one that I just read, and Spoon. Yeah, some good records in here, especially for half off. Spoon and Lilacs, those are both sold to Rebecca Howitt. King Tough is still available. I think that was just $7.50. $7.50 for King Tough. This is Of Montreal. Of Montreal, that was Skeletal Lamping on the Elephant 6 label. That's still available. Matt Pond, PA, Last Light, still available for half off. And then this is a surprise to me. This is Porcupine Tree. Porcupine Tree, Up the Downstairs, half off. $27.50. It is a 2008 reissue, but great album there. Half off sticker. Band of Skulls, By Default, also still available. And then Gary Puckett and the Union Gap. Cat Stevens, Is It So? The Evita soundtrack, this was sealed. Amazing Rhythm Aces, Too Stuffed to Jump. Doug Kershaw, The Cajun Way. Tony Joe White, Dangerous. Some Swamp Rock, still available. Porcupine Tree is sold to Rebecca Howitt. Rebecca Howitt, thank you very much. That is sold to you. I feel like, did someone claim Grinder Switch? Or am I making that up in my mind? Yeah, no, I don't see a claim for it, but surprised. Ivan Ziterrible of Montreal is half off for just $12.50. $12.50. I believe it's a double LP as well, or is it just one? It's just one, I think, but no, it is two. Yeah, double LP, $12.50. $12.50 on that. Ivan, let me know if you're interested in that, and I'll put it in the crate for you. Maddox Brothers and Rose Family Folks. This Frankie Boy and Nancy Girl, I think, is pretty interesting. It's like Frank Sinatra and Nancy Sinatra on here, I guess. Looks like it's mostly... No, it's maybe about half and half. But yeah, German import. In shrink, $17.50 on that. Let's see. Doug Kershaw, Live and Pickin'. Bobby V, Gates, Grills, and Railings. Boz Scaggs, Down 2, Then Left. Janie Fricky, It Ain't Easy. In shrink with Hype. Of Montreal is sold to Ivan Ziterrible. Thank you. And then Brian Auger and the Trinity before. Good stuff there. The 3Ds, New Dimensions, and Folk Songs. That was just $5. It's bluegrass time again. That is Hubert Davis and the Season Travelers. A Star is Born soundtrack. That was sealed as well. Just $5 on A Star is Born. And then Grinder Switch. Pulling Together, still available. The Comedy of Proctor and Bergman, Don Edwards, Live at the White Elephant, and then Hank Snow, Railroad Man, just $5 on that. $5 on that. Oh, I understand that, Kristen. Yeah, we all know better, but yeah, maybe they could have titled it better. Who knows? Daryl McCall, Lily Dale, that was a white label promo. And then we've still got that Starlight, the New Ramblers. Grinder, Switch, Price, Neil Ragler. I believe that was $7.50. It's half off. Yeah, $7.50. No condition notes on that. If you want that, just let me know. Let's see. What's everyone jamming? Maybe hopefully everyone's jamming that playlist I posted, right? Now I know it's not gonna be for everybody, but that yeah, if you haven't seen on Whole Lot of Records, I did post a new playlist that I made. It's yeah, heavy psych and prog, some proto metal kind of stuff on there. If you're into that, check it out. But Grinder Switch is sold to Neil Ragler for half off sticker. Thank you very much. And then Cliffy Stone, Cool Cowboy, that was also just $5. And Mary Lou Williams, the Ash recordings from 44 to 47, that was half off for $15. Half off for 15. Is anybody interested in any kind of a bundle here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26 records. Let's see. Any psych stuff tonight? I didn't pull any like new arrivals in particular, Neil, but I think there might be some psych kind of stuff in the yeah, I think some of these half off crates that I pulled here are going to yeah, there's definitely a little bit of psych in here. Nothing like really obscure or like super rare or super valuable, you know, nothing like that, but there's some good stuff in some of these crates for half off. What's on the menu for vinyl tonight? Mark, I'm really focusing on half off crates and maybe a couple buy it now best offer crates, doing a bunch of discount stuff tonight for sure. Mostly half off stuff. Magma is fantastic. Magma is a great band. Super proggy, unique. It's singing like a made up language. Yeah, very cool. Magma's a cool band. Let's see. Price on JF. Price on JF. Where was JF? JF. Oh, Janie Freaky. That was $6.50. $6.50 on that. Scott Oman. If you're interested in that, let me know. Price on Don Edwards Live. Don Edwards Live. Where was it? Right here. Don Edwards Live. That is a sealed copy. It's sealed from 1977. It's $15. Sealed for $15. Scott Oman said sold on Janie Fricky. That is sold to Scott Oman. Thank you very much. And let's see. Yeah, Preston Rose, let me know if you are interested in that. Sold. Yeah, that's, I mean, I feel like that's a really good price for a sealed copy of that for sure. Very cool. That is sold to Preston Rose for $15. And all right, I think that was all of the claims. And let's see. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. 24 records. I would do 125 for this day. That's like slightly over $5 a record. There's some good stuff in here though. Some promos, imports, some prog, country, swamp rock, classic stuff. Band of Skulls, Net Pond in there. If anyone wants everything in here, $125 for 24 records. If anyone is interested in that. Hoping to stumble across a copy of the Yesterday's Children album. Yeah, me too. I think we had like a reissue or like an unofficial copy come through one time, but I've not come across an original. I put a song from that album on that playlist that I made too. It is on there. Yeah, if anyone wants the bundle, $125 for everything in there. Let's go ahead and do another half off crate. Let's do another half off crate. Right. What's that? All right. Another half off crate. Let me mute my mic for just 1 second. All right, I'm back. Let's see. The playlist is what actually reminded me about that album. Yeah. I'm trying to. What label is that on? Is it on Map City originally? Map City is a pretty cool label. They had all sorts of stuff on there, but you know, small runs on pretty much everything they put out. Very cool playlist. I'm curious to see what you're into. Yeah, I've been trying to make like a playlist every week or two. The first one I put out was like a 60s US psych playlist. And then I did a like folk and folk rock from the 60s and 70s. And then today I just posted a heavy psych and prog playlist. It's all from the 60s and 70s as well. But yeah, I'm trying to curate a bunch of playlists just to kind of expose people to more music. And if you hear something on any of those playlists and you're interested in like maybe getting a reissue, we can look into it as well. So yeah, just always trying to share music and expose people to new stuff. But yeah, half off crate. Let's go through it. Got Seals and Crofts Summer Breeze. It's a quadraphonic pressing. It is in VG condition, but just $5. $5 for Seals and Crofts Summer Breeze. Stories on the Kama Sutra label. That's VG Plus for $7.50. $7.50 for Stories. Nancy, that is Nancy Sinatra. It's a VG Plus copy, $7.50. PJ Proby, Nikki Hokie Enigma. That is VG Plus for $6. PJ Proby, $6 on that. Ooh, here's some good prog. Premiata Forneria Marconi, PFM, Photos of Ghosts. This is like really good Italian prog. This is an EX condition, and that was just $9. EX for $9. $9 on that one. Pearls Before Swine, City of Gold, or I guess it's just Thomas Rapp at this point. But man, what a songwriter. Great stuff. VG Plus, that is what? Yeah, $8.50. $8.50 for Pearls Before Swine. Matt Barnhill on PFM. Yeah, this is like, I think with this one, this is, so they recorded it originally in Italian. And this is the US version that's sung in English, but still very cool if you like King Crimson, stuff like that. Maybe a little bit more symphonic than King Crimson, but it's definitely got its moments where it sounds very King Crimson-y. But that is sold to Matt Barnhill, Neil Ragler. Oh, wait, actually, I'm sorry. Rebecca Howett, you were first. I just saw that PFM. Yeah, Rebecca Howett actually got the Premiata Forneria Marconi PFM. That is sold to Rebecca Howett. Matt Barnhill, you were actually second, and Neil Ragler, you were third. Yeah, Laura will be putting together some playlists. She's been meaning to do it. It takes a lot of time. When I'm making them, I'm trying to make them at least 50 songs or more too, so it's like, you know, a pretty sizable one. But yeah, it takes a lot of time to kind of get a good mix and, you know, not use the same bands over and over. But yeah, she definitely does she intends to make playlists, is what I'm trying to say. What is this? Tessa Valen Presidenti, Milky Way Moses. This is a Finnish jazz rock and psych record from 1974, EX condition, $11.50. $11.50 on that. I play the Mellotron. I mean, yeah. If you're playing the Mellotron, you're gonna sound like King Crimson. That's all it takes. Bertha, Can't Stop the Madness. Bertha is EX, $14. $14 on Bertha. 14 bucks on that. Next is the Masqueraders. Everybody Wanna Live On. Something like that. The Masqueraders is EX. It's a white label promo. $11.50. $11.50 on that. Yesterday's Children was originally on Map City. Since the reissue, most places only list Aurora, I think. Okay. I'm trying to remember who put out the other reissue. I don't think Karma or Shaddix has done it. Shaddix should reissue that one. It seems like that would be definitely up their alley to do a reissue of it. How much was the Tessa Valen, the Finnish one? Tessa Valen is EX, $11.50. $11.50 on that one, Neil Ragler, if you want that. It was $22.99. Everything in here is half off. Bodacious. Bodacious, it's Marty Balin, VG Plus, $7.50. VG Plus, $7.50 on that. $7.50 on that. This is Moments Without You, or With You, not Without, With You, EX, $9. Early reissue, second label. EX condition, $9 for Moments With You. And then we've got Van McCoy. Van McCoy, Love Is the Answer. That's VG Plus, just $6. $6 on that. Neil Ragler's going to take it. Tessa Valen Presidente is sold to Neil Ragler. Thank you, Neil. That is sold to you. Next in the crate, Hello People in Shrink. Hello People is a VG copy. It's $5. It's $5 for Hello People. The Marvelettes Sophisticated Soul. This feels like an import. It's a UK import from 1969. It is in VG minus condition, unfortunately, but now it's just $6.50. $6.50 for the Marvelettes. George Benson, Tell It Like It Is. VG Plus, $6. Just $6 for George Benson. $6 on that. The Siegel Schwal Band, 953 West, EX condition. It does have a split on the top seam. Just $6.50 for the Siegel Schwal Band. $6.50 on that. Gypsy, good album here, good band. Unlock the Gates. If you like Santana kind of stuff, Gypsy is kind of right up that same alley. VG Plus, $10. It's $10 for Gypsy. And then we've got the Concords, Relax. The Concords, Relax. It's a rare Nashville gospel rock album, EX condition. It's now just $9. $9 for the Concords. Slade, Sladist. That is a VG Plus copy. It's just $8.50. $8.50 for Slade. John Fahey, Christmas Guitar Volume 1. Great guitar player here. It was $14.99. Now it is $7.50. $7.50 for John Fahey. This is John Mailer and Kenneth Nash. Light the Night. That's a jazz record from 1984. VG Plus condition. $7.50. $7.50 on that. How's it going, Denise? Neil Ragler on John Fahey. Great pickup there. Some good records still left in here. Kristen Barnett, you were second on John Fahey. This is also John Fahey. John Fahey and his orchestra of Rivers and Religion. It's a VG copy, just $7.50. Cover does have a little bit of wear, but VG $7.50. Michael Rudolph on Light the Night. Cool. Light the Night is sold to Michael Rudolph. Dwayne Caldwell. Sorry, I just saw that comment up there. Concords is sold to Dwayne Caldwell. You were second on Light the Night, though. Light the Night. Michael Rudolph was first on that. The Concords is sold to Dwayne Caldwell. Did I miss anything else? Nope. Let's keep going. Let's see. Actually, Neil Ragler on this Fahey. Neil Ragler got this John Fahey. Now we're caught up. Dwayne, yeah, I got you, Dwayne. I got that Concords pick for you. This is the Wooden Tops Giant. The Wooden Tops Giant is EX. $6.50. It's an alt-rock record from 1986. $6.50 on that one. This is Gary Bartz. This is a pretty tough record to get. Does have cover wear. It's VG. It's only $5 now, but Gary Bartz records are getting pretty tough to get. Let's see. The Wooden Tops Rebecca wants the wooden tops. That's that one right there. That is sold to Rebecca Howitt. Neil Ragler, you were second on that. John Bailey, Before Man Learned to Fly. John Bailey, it's a folk record from 1975. EX condition, $6.50. $6.50 for John Bailey. Bart's, let's see. Gary Bart's sold to David Hoy. Yeah, just $5. Can't really go wrong almost in any condition for a Gary Bart's record for $5. Mary McCaslin, Way Out West on the Philo label. That's a folk record from 1973. EX condition, $6.50. Cool photograph on the cover there. Brother Jack McDuff, Getting Our Thing Together from the Cadet label. It's VG Plus from 1969. It was $19.99. Now it's just $10. $10 for Brother Jack McDuff. This one I think I remember being very pricey. This is Gene Martin, The Blood Has Never Lost Its Power. Yeah, VG condition. It was $99.99. Now it's half off for $50. It's a rare gospel record from 1973. VG, $50. $50 on that. All right, McDuff. Brother Jack McDuff sold to Neil Ragler. Thank you, Neil. That is sold to you. That cover is awesome, too. It's pretty sweet. Let's see. Next in the crate, Bobby Rush, Chicken Heads. Bobby Rush, Chicken Heads. That is sealed. It's a 2021 Record Store Day release for $10. $10 on Bobby Rush. Let's see. Feel like you threw that one in a crate. Yeah, I think I did. I'm pretty certain that I did put that in a Metal Knight crate. I mean, it it looks like it could be a like private press metal record, but that is a gospel record. Bobby Rush sold to Rod Bryan. Next is Bobby Arosa, Get on the Other Side. Bobby Arosa, that is sealed on colored vinyl. $15. I think it's one of those things where they press it on different colors. It doesn't, oh wait, I guess it does say Aurora Algae. So maybe like some kind of green vinyl here, but that's sealed for $15. Bobby Arosa, $15 on that. Bobby Rush sold. What else? Vlog of the Travels, Picks, Thoughts. Yeah, I need to do a better job of that. I need to take more photos when I'm not sleeping in the truck. I do like to sleep while Tally's driving a bit, but yeah, I need to definitely take more pictures, and I'll do my best to, you know, kind of vlog it better than I have on the last few trips. Let's see. Oh, Dave Cousins died. Dang. What was the title of the Wooden Tops? I think the Wooden Tops sold, right? Wooden Tops, that sold to Rebecca Howitt, but it was called Giant. Giant. Next in the crate is, wow, yeah, the McCoys, Infinite McCoys. Half off, $12.50. It does have some writing right here. It looks like that might be like crayon or I don't know. Might be able to remove that if you want, but that's just $12.50. $12.50 for Infinite McCoys. Is the Gypsy Unlock the Gate still? It is. Yeah, that Gypsy record is still available. Where is it? Right here. This was $10. It is VG Plus, but yeah, just $10. $10 on that. I'm assuming that's Tyler Uribe. Sweet. That sold to Tyler Uribe for $10. Thank you, Tyler. It's an underrated band. Gypsy's really good. McCoy's is sold to Neil Ragler. That is sold. Watch out for the other guy. Yeah, will do. Fairport Convention. One of my favorite bands here. Angel Delight. It's a white label promo, just $10. I love Fairport Convention. Especially, you know, just that era with Sandy Denny, Richard Thompson. Man, great stuff. I also like the one that they did that was self-titled before Sandy Denny. What's that other lady? What's her name? Starts with a J, but yeah, that first Fairport Convention record, I mean, it sounds like a San Francisco psych record, really. Really good stuff. Let's see. Next, another John Fahey. This is Popular Songs of Christmas and New Year's. Guitar instrumentals. More John Fahey holiday music here. $7.50 on that one. $7.50 on that one. $7.50. All right. Next, Bob Seger and the Silver Bullet Band, Like a Rock. This was $10. $10. Judy Dibble, thank you, Derek Clark. I knew if you were still watching that you would know it. Judy, I knew it started with a J, I just could not remember. Neil, the Fairport convention was an Angel Delight. It is a white label promo as well, and it's $10. No condition notes on the vinyl. If you want that, that is $10. Joe Clark, yeah. Do you want this Master of Puppets? It's a new sealed remaster for $29.99. $29.99. Joe Clark, if you want that, I'll go ahead and set it aside for you. Let's see. JF was John Fahey. That was Kristen Barnett was first on that one. Robert Warner, you were second. And did the gospel sell? Jennifer Schritt, no, it's still here. And I guarantee $50 is a very good price for that in any condition. I think it has sold for like $150, maybe $200, somewhere in that range. It's very rare. But yeah, $50 on that. That is still available, Jennifer, if you want that one. Let's see, what else did I miss? Neil Ragler said he'll take it. Fairport Convention is sold to Neil Ragler for $10. Thank you very much. And yeah, let's see. Still got that Metallica record. Yeah, let me know if you want that. Condition. It is like VG. VG, maybe VG minus from what I remember. It's a bit marked up. Yeah, it's got some marks on it for sure. It's hard to find in any shape though, for sure. It'll probably have some pops. But yeah, Joe Clark, let me know if you want that Metallica. I'll sell it to you. It's $29.99. The Mob on the Colossus label, same label as like the Shocking Blue. VG Plus, just $7.50 on the Mob. $7.50 on that. Let's see. Mark, what's up, man? Yeah, On the Beach. That probably is my favorite Neil Young record. I love it. Love that album. Walk On, the title track. What's that other one? Is there one that's like Revolution Blues or something like that? Revolution something. And then there's like Vampire Blues, Ambulance Blues. Ambulance Blues is probably my favorite. It's one of my favorite closing tracks on any album. The Mob, sold to Neil Ragler. Any vintage new arrivals tonight? No, I'm just going through half off and buy it now best offer records tonight. Just, yeah. Discounts, baby. Discount records to kick off the new week. John Cougar. This is a promo type thing. Promo 12-inch single from 1979. EX condition. It's just $12.50. I guess it's just Small Paradise, right? Small Paradise. Yeah, double-sided 12-inch promo single. EX $6.50. $6.50 and CDs. Michael's trying to get me to do CDs. I don't even know where they are. I don't know where Chad's been pulling them from. Let's see, NW, George Gutierrez. Let's see, NW. Let's see. Yeah, hit that like button. Thank you, MIT Lab. Thank you for the reminder. Hit that like button, everybody. After the Gold Rush. Yeah, there's no wrong answer with Neil Young's catalog. No wrong answer. Everybody knows This Is Nowhere is definitely up there for me, too. Yeah, great stuff. Let's see, Ian McLagan, something like that. Bump in the Night, VG Plus. It's a promo, $5, $5 on that. And then Earth, Wind, and Fire. Open Your Eyes. It's a VG Plus copy, $8.50. $8.50. Weld. Yeah, that's a cool later period one. Very good stuff. Whew. Bobby Hutcherson, Cirrus for half off. It is in VG minus condition. $17.50. $17.50 on Bobby Hutcherson. It's got, yeah, there's a mark there. Yeah, it's like, I mean, I graded it VG. With jazz records in particular, I feel like I try to grade them even more conservative than normal, because jazz collectors are very particular about condition, maybe more so than some other collectors. Ian McLagan is sold to Robert Wood. Who's the artist on that gospel record? It is Gene Martin. Gene Martin. The blood has never lost its power. It's VG. It's just $50 now. $50 on that. All right, let's keep on plowing through. We got Ronnie Foster on the Avenue. Ronnie Foster is VG Plus, $12.50. It's a jazz funk record from 1974. VG Plus, $12.50. Did I pull the Ian McClagan? Yeah. Robert Warner, you got that one for half off. Cool. Let's see. Next is Noel Nash, Lady on the Shore. You know that has the look. It's got the look to it. VG Plus, $7.50. It's an Irish import Celtic album from 1977. VG Plus, $7.50. $7.50 on that. And then Brother Jack McDuff, Tobacco Road. Brother Jack McDuff is VG minus $5. Just $5 on Brother Jack McDuff. $5 on that. Yeah, Bobby Hutcherson. It's not the greatest copy. It will have some pops. I would say I don't think it's going to have any skips or anything like that, but I mean, $17.50 for that album is an absolute steal. It is on Blue Note. $17.50 is a great price on that. I think it'll play mostly fine. There's just a couple marks on it that, you know, you can lightly feel, maybe not. I don't even know if it has any feelers per se, but yeah, like I said, I try to be extra conservative on the grading of jazz records. Yeah, $17.50 on that. That's sold to Neil Ragler. Thank you, Neil. That is sold to you. That is sold to you. Let's see, I don't see many jazz albums on the show with David Stone Martin covers. Are they just too thrashed? David Stone Martin. I'm not sure who David Stone Martin is, actually. Please let me know about that. That's something I don't know about. Next is Spirit. Clear Spirit. It's a VG copy, but it's just $5. $5 on Spirit. What's up, Vincent? Scott Fagan, South Atlantic Blues. It's an EX copy. It was $36.99. Now it is $18.50 from 1968. Scott Fagan, $18.50 on that. Everyday People. This one's VG, just $5. VG, $5 on that. And then we've got the 5-man electrical band, Coming of Age. 5-man electrical band, that's VG. Also just $5. $5 on that. Gordon Lightfoot, If You Could Read My Mind. Gordon Lightfoot is EX, $9. Just $9 for Gordon Lightfoot. And then Miroslav Vitas, Magical Shepherd. This is a really cool, like, funky jazz record here. VG Plus, $7.50. He was in The Weather Report, played with a bunch of people. Let's see. Google it. All right, yeah, I'll look into that for sure. Artists that did jazz covers. Cool. Let's see. Gordon Lightfoot for Tyler Uribe. Gordon Lightfoot is sold to you. SACD. Yeah, I just haven't really, I've never had like the right setup or anything to like truly experience the true power, I guess, of an SACD. So I don't really have a good answer for that. See, did you say the gospel record is in VG? I would say VG, maybe VG minus. Patrick Lear. It's definitely not great, but it's not completely hammered either. It's, you know, yeah, it's VG minus, somewhere in that range. But yeah, just a rare record. Let's see. Next, let's see. Susie, you were second on Gordon Lightfoot. Now we've got Spooky Tooth Witness. It's a VG Plus copy, just $7.50. $7.50 on Spooky Tooth. Then Moby Grape. Wow. Moby Grape. This is a UK stereo copy from 1968. VG Plus condition. Now it's just $17.50 UK imports of some of these records on the CBS label really sound fantastic, and that's why they demand a little bit more than maybe a standard US pressing. VG Plus, $17.50 for Moby Grape. $17.50 on Moby Grape. That was everything in the crate. Gonna recap it and see if we can do a bundle deal, but let me mute my mic for just 1 second. Give me just 1 second. All right, I am back. Let's see. All right, let's run through it. Let's recap this crate real quick. Yeah, I don't even know if it has music on it either, Patrick. That's the thing. Like, does it have any kind of instrumentation on the back? It might just be a sermon, but I feel like there has to be something going on musically or something really interesting about it for it to demand that much money. Because I'd originally priced it $100, which is fair given the other comps that I've seen, but 50 is like, I know 50 is a lot of money to take a chance on something like this, but yeah, I'll probably end up having to put that on Discogs. But $50 on that one. $50 on that one. Well, that title song has been covered a lot. What, The Blood Has Never Lost Its Power? Cool. All right, let's see what else is in here. Seals and Crofts, Summer Breeze. It's a quad pressing. It is VG, but it's just $5. $5 on that. Stories, still available. Nancy Sinatra. PJ Proby, Enigma. Pearls Before Swine, Thomas Rapp, City of Gold. Great stuff if you like psychedelic folk kind of stuff. That's just $8.50. $8.50 on that. Bertha, Can't Stop the Madness, and female rock. Kind of in the similar vein of like, you know, Fanny, something like that. Pretty tough to find those records. That's $14. The Masqueraders, Everybody Wanna Live On. The Masqueraders. Bodacious, still available. Moments with You. Van McCoy, Love Is the Answer. Van McCoy still available. Hello People in shrink wrap. The Marvelettes, Sophisticated Soul. It is VG minus, but it's a UK import. VG minus was $6.50 on the Marvelettes. $6.50 on that. George Benson, Tell It Like It Is. Siegel, Schwal Band, still available. Slade, Sladist. I'm surprised that's still here. VG plus is $8.50. $8.50 for Slade. $8.50. And then John Bailey, Before Man Learned to Fly. Mary McCaslin. This was Bobby Oroza, Get on the Other Side. That is sealed on Aurora algae colored vinyl. Let's see. Stories and Mass. Stories and Mass. Not sure what Mass was, but maybe Masqueraders, maybe? Was it Masqueraders? And then Stories was right here. Let's see, Mass. David V, let me know if Mass was supposed to be Masqueraders. I just want to make sure. Mark, M-A-R-C. 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 Where is that? M-A-R-C. Was that... Oh, Masquerade. Okay. So just these two, right? So David V gets Stories and the Masqueraders. Those are both sold to David V. Thank you very much. Next was Bob Seger, Like a Rock. No condition notes either, $10. John Cougar, Small Paradise promo single. Earth, Wind, and Fire, Open Our Eyes. The Blood album is called The Blood. The Blood one. What, this one here? No, it's Gene Martin. The Blood Has Never Lost Its Power. The Blood Has Never Lost Its Power. That's the full title of that one. Gene Martin. The Blood Has Never Lost Its Power. Let's see. Marvelettes. Okay, Marvelettes. Where are they? There they are, the Marvelettes. That is sold to David V as well. Marvelettes. Ronnie Foster, On the Avenue. Ronnie Foster. This was Noel Nash, Lady on the Shore. That's some Celtic music. And then Brother Jack McDuff, Tobacco Road. It is VG minus, but it's just $5. Just $5 for Brother Jack McDuff. $5 on that. Spirit Clear. That is also VG, just $5 for Spirit. What condition is Bob Seger? I don't think it had any condition notes. Yeah. No condition notes, $10. Yeah, super clean copy. It's got the original inner sleeve as well. Just $10. $10 on Bob Seger. Let's see. Yeah, Gary Klepek. Let me know if you're interested in that. Scott Fagan's still available as well. South Atlantic Blues EX, $18.50. Everyday People. Everyday People is VG, $5. The 5-man electrical band Coming of Age, VG, just $5 on that as well. Miroslav Vitas, Magical Shepherd. If you like funk, a little bit of jazz, some funky jazz kind of stuff, you need to pick this up. This is great. Who else on here too? I can't remember the lineup. Jack DeJohnette's on here. Herbie Hancock is on here. Airto. Yeah, Herbie Hancock's all over this thing. Yeah, there's some great stuff on here. It's a funky banger for $7.50. Someone needs to get that. $7.50 on that. I'm getting motion sick. Am I moving stuff around too much? Let's see. Yeah, Moby Grape's great. Great band. I'll take Bob Seger. Cool. I think I put it in the back, right? No, I didn't. I am an idiot. There it is. Bob Seger. That is sold to Gary Klepek. Thank you very much. And Bertha. Phil Freeman's going to pick up Bertha. Sweet. Oh, I keep bumping the camera. That's what's going on. I'm bumping it with my arm and I didn't even realize it. Still shaking around. I'm sorry. There we go. I'll try not to bump it. Bertha. Where is Bertha? Back here somewhere. There they are. Bertha. Bertha is sold to Phil Freeman. Charles Owen, that was this one right here. This Miroslav Vitas, or Vitas. I can't remember how to pronounce his last name, but it's called Magical Shepherd. It's funky. $7.50. Yeah, bang for your buck for sure. $7.50. You'll get enough out of that to justify that price for sure. Spooky Tooth, Witness. That's still available. And then Moby Grape, wow. Moby Grape, wow. That's a UK import. That's still available. Right, I'll take it. Okay, cool. No problem. Charles Owens, going to get the Miroslav Vitas, whatever. Very good album. Price on Earth, Wind, and Fire. Earth, Wind, and Fire, I think was like EX, like $8.50 maybe? Where is that? Open our eyes. VG Plus, $8.50. VG Plus, $8.50 on that. Robert Warner, great pickup there. Moby Grape is sold to Robert Warner, and Patrick Lear is going to get Spooky Tooth. Spooky Tooth sold to Patrick Lear. Awesome. How was the movie? What movie? Larry Gonzalez, let me know. I did see, I went, on my birthday, I went and saw the Goonies at a theater locally. It was great. Leslie and Gary Selby, Spooky Tooth has already sold. Earth, Wind, and Fire. JH over on YouTube. Let me know if you want that. If not, that's fine. But if so, either way, I'm about to try to make a bundle price for the rest of this crate. And that will include the gospel record here. So, let's see. Noel Nash, Brogan Sconce. I hope I'm saying your name right, or at least close. But Noel Nash is sold to Brogan Sconce. Have you bought from us before? Oh, you're probably asking about Jurassic World Rebirth. Sorry. Let's see. Noel Nash is sold to Brogan Sconce. Let me know if you've bought from us before. If so, welcome back. If not, I do have some first-time buyer instructions for you. If the King Tuff from the previous crate is still available, I'll take it. Yep, I think that's still back here. Kind of surprised. It's just, I think it's $7.50, right? Yeah, $7.50. King Tuff is sold to Mortgage Guy Rob. Mortgage Guy Rob over on Twitch. That is sold to you. Pass on Earth, Wind, and Fire. No problem. Let's see. Let me just make sure I didn't miss anything else. Robert Barnett. Cool. Robert Barnett got the King Tough. Let's do a count real quick and come up with a bundle price. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. There are some good ones in there. And with that gospel one in there, I got to bump it up just a little bit more than normal. I would do 150. 150 for everything left in here. 150 for everything in there. 150 if anyone wants that. Plenty of room to resell on there too if you really want to take all this and do that. 150 bucks on the remainder of that crate. Then we can blow an air horn on a Sunday. Sunday air horn. 150 for the bundle. 150 on the bundle if anyone wants it. Neil Ragler, 140. That sounds great. Edwin Blom, yeah. Since I already made the bundle price on this, I've got to keep that in there. But that is sold to Neil Ragler. Let me get a post-it note or something so I can keep the bundle together. So yeah, from Earth, Wind, and Fire all the way to The Blood Has Never Lost Its Power. That is sold as a bundle to Neil Ragler. Let me get everything in this crate carefully. Got a little post-it note to keep the bundle together as well. And that will fill up the rest of that crate as well. All right. So that one is done. Thank you, Neil. Thank you, Neil Ragler. Thank you very much. That's sold to you for $140. All right. And let me not mute my mic. I'm not going to mute my mic for an air horn. I'm going to try to mute my ears, though, with some headphones. Let's see. Here is the air horn. I think the last time I blew an air horn, it was super anticlimactic because it was like the last one of that air horn. Like it just died while I was blowing it. It was kind of hilarious. But yeah. Thank you, Neil. We cleared out that crate. This is for you. Sunday air horn. Woo! Oh man, I didn't tell Jill. Jill, I blew an air horn. Sorry. Should have given you a heads up. You're so quiet back there, I forgot that I wasn't alone. All right. Thank you, Neil. That is sold to you. And I've still got 2 more half-off crates. Still got 2 more half-off crates to go through here. Let's knock these things out. 2 more half-off crates. Ooh, Pastor T.L. Barrett box from Numero. Yeah, fantastic stuff. Really good. There's some really good gospel music out there in like every genre. Some great gospel folk, great gospel psych. It's like acid gospel, like agape and stuff like that. Yeah. Gospel funk, of course, gospel soul. Yeah. All sorts of good music out there. Half off crate. John Hartford. Aeroplane, John Hartford. This is a white label promo with the insert as well. It was $59.99. Now it's $30. John Hartford. White label promo, $30. Yeah, the funk soul gospel, man, there's some great stuff in that little subgenre. Great stuff. John Graves, Alone at Last. John Graves. It's $5. Promo stamp, side 2 label. $5 on that. John Graves, Alone at Last. On the Epic label, yeah, promo stamp on there. $5 on that. Happy late birthday. Thank you, Josh. Appreciate it. Let's see. Yeah, this buying trip is going to be good. We'll be coming back with a lot of great records for sure. All That Jazz soundtrack. All That Jazz soundtrack in shrink. Just $5 for that. $5. Helen Carter. This is for you, Mama. Helen Carter. is $7.50 from 1979. $7.50 on Helen Carter. Moon Mullican, Good Times Gonna Roll Again. It's a mostly sealed copy. It is an original 66 mono copy for $10. $10 on Moon Mullican. $10 on Moon Mullican, mostly sealed mono original. Wayne Carson, Lifelines. Wayne Carson, Lifelines. It was $24.99. Now it's $12.50. $12.50 for Wayne Carson. Mystique, featuring Ralph Johnson. It's a 1977 U.S. press. $10. $10 for Mystique. Mystique, $10 on that. This is To Kill a Mockingbird, composed and conducted by Elmer Bernstein with the Royal Philharmonic Orchestra. EX condition, $5. That's $5 on To Kill a Mockingbird. Wilf Carter, the Dynamite Trail. Wilf Carter is VG Plus, $7.50. It's a Canadian mono copy from 1960. VG Plus, $7.50. This is Augie Cologne, Chant of the Jungle. Augie Cologne, VG Plus. It was $34.99. Now it's just $17.50. It's an original 1960 US stereo copy. VG Plus, $17.50. Roy Lanham, The Most Exciting Guitar. It's a nice little Fender Jazzmaster there. VG copy, $5. That is an original mono copy. VG, just $5 for Roy Lanham. $5 on that. Loverboy. Loverboy is VG. Half off price is just $5. $5 for Loverboy. $5 on that. Village People. Also VG. Just $5 on the Village People. Frank Zappa, or Francisco Zappa. The music of Frank Zappa. His first digital recording in over 200 years. Performed by the Barking Pumpkin Digital Gratification Consort. Frank Zappa, conductor. Love that cover. I love Frank Zappa. It's a 1984 U.S. Jacksonville OG pressing. $17.50. $17.50 on that. LB Loverboy is sold to Ivan Zeterible. Thank you very much. Montana. Okay, Wolf Carter is also Montana Slim. I did not know that. Thank you, Denise. What's up, Chris? Let's see. Yeah, I'm going to be on a buying trip. Any punk. I think there are at least two of the collections that I'm going to look at have some punk records in there. I don't think there's going to be like a ton of punk, but there will be some that I'll be coming back with for sure. Frank Zappa sold to Ivan Zeterible. Thank you, Ivan. That is sold to you for half off as well. This is Stargard. Stargard is sealed for just $5. The Changing of the Guard by Stargard, sealed. $5 on that. Blues and Soul, probably not much. I don't think there's too much. There might be some, man, I'm trying to remember all of them. There's going to be a lot of metal and hard rock kind of stuff. Classic rock, of course. Some like indie stuff in one of the collections. What else? I don't know. It's going to be interesting. There's going to be really good stuff for sure. I don't remember any of the people saying that they had much in the way of blues or soul, unfortunately. Blues collections are very tough to get. That one that we got last year was like probably a once every 20 years kind of a thing. Really tough to get collections like that. Like 7,000 blues records in one place is just unheard of. This is Q. Dancing Man. Q, Dancing Man. That's a disco record. It's $5. $5 on Q. $5 on that. So Chad's selling LPs 7 days a week. He's selling them 6 days a week, and I do it once every like probably 2 weeks or something. Just on Sundays, Sanford. But yeah, Chad. Yeah, we're trying to be live as much as possible. Ideally, every day. That's what we're shooting for. We've got Aria, the original soundtrack recording to Aria, and that is $10 now. It was $20 or $19.99. Now it's just $10 for Aria. Aria's soundtrack is $10. Paul Bowman, the Drifter. Paul Bowman. It's EX, $6.50, 1979. US Country EX650. In that cover, man. I mean, you can tell he means business. 650 on that. Let's see. Next, Bill Williams, Low and Lonesome. Speaking of blues, this might have even come from that collection. I don't know. It keeps on giving. Bill Williams, EX. It was $32.99. That means this is $16.50. That's an original 1970 US press. EX, $16.50 for Bill Williams, Low and Lonesome. And the exact person that I expected to buy it bought it. Patrick Lear. Patrick Lear on Bill Williams very quickly. And next is Bob Dylan, Real Live. Bob Dylan is EX, just $10. $10 on Bob Dylan. Steve Winwood, back in the High Life. Steve Winwood is EX, $6.50. Alan Parsons Project, Eve. Alan Parsons Project, EX condition, also $6.50. This is the Nashville Guitars in Detroit. EX 650, $6.50 for the Nashville Guitars. Let's see. ZZ Hill. ZZ Hill. Cool. It's a VG copy, but just $5. $5 on ZZ Hill. BW. Oh, that was that other one. Just looked down and saw BW. Ahmad Jamal. Live at the Montreal Jazz Festival 1985. Ahmad Jamal, EX condition, $9. This came from a radio station here in Murfreesboro. EX, $9 on Ahmad Jamal. Bobby Short on Atlantic, and that is a VG Plus copy. It's an original mono copy from 1956. I wonder if this is on the like Black Atlantic label. I think that's what they were using at that time. Yeah, Black Atlantic label. And that is, VG Plus, $5. $5 on that. Ahmad Jamal sold to David Hoy. Thank you, David. That is sold to you. Then we've got, man, how is this in here? Caravan, Plump in the Night. Caravan, VG Plus is just $10. Canterbury Prague, if you like Soft Machine, Hatfield in the North, stuff like that. Man, Caravan is like top tier. This is one of their best albums too. Plump in the Night. If you like Prague, pick that up. VG Plus just $10 on Caravan. $10. This is Jimmy Rogers, The Rough Guide to Country Legends. Jimmy Rogers, 180 gram vinyl. It is VG. It's just $5. $5 for Jimmy Rogers. $5 on that. Catfish, Get Down. Where's Derek Clark? Did you end up getting one of these? I think you let me know that you wanted one. This is VG, but it's just $5. VG, $5 for Catfish. Julie London sings soft and sweet. Julie London, EX condition, just $6.50. $6.50 for Julie London. Tyler Uribe on Caravan. Great pickup there. Great band. That is sold to Tyler Uribe. Topographic Kachru on Julie London. That is sold. Thank you very much. Any auction? No auctions tonight. I'm just blowing through like half off crates and buy it now. Best offer crates. Just doing a lot of discount stuff today. We'll leave the auctions for Monday through Saturday. Yeah, Carpenters live at the Palladium. That is a UK import from 1976. $7.50 on that. Starbuck Rock and Roll Rocket. That's $5. $5 on that. Eddie Joe Downs, Country Stars and Honky Tonk Bars. That is sealed for $10 on, what label is this? UNR. That's United National Records. Interesting. Cool cover, though. I mean, if it was open, I probably would have put it on the turntable and see what it sounded like. But sealed, $10. $10 on that. This is Tony Booth. Tony Booth on Capitol, $5. No condition notes on that. Charles Chaplin's A Countess from Hong Kong. Original soundtrack. Music composed by Charles Chaplin. Cool. This is $5. $5 on that. Another Caravan. This is Better by Far. Caravan. It is a UK import as well. This one's also just $10. $10 for that Caravan. $10 on that. Pappy Wade Ray. Pappy Wade Ray. That's a 1982 US mono copy sealed for just $7.50. $750 for Pepe Wade Ray. What a look. $750 on that. Tyler Uribe on this caravan as well. This caravan is sold to Tyler Uribe ST over on YouTube. You were second on caravan. Next, we've got the Cotton Pickers. The Cotton Pickers is $5. It's a jazz record. I think this is a compilation, maybe, or selected tracks. Yeah, Cotton Pickers 1929. $5 on the Cotton Pickers. It's $5 on that. And then Gene Summers, the Southern Cat Rocks On. Gene Summers. It does have some, a little bit of cover wear, especially on like the top seam and stuff. It's a Swiss import rockabilly record from 1975. It's just $10. $10 on Gene Summers. I'm pretty certain that came from that New Orleans collection from last year. Let's see. Newborn Woman, Vicki Lawrence. Vicki Lawrence. This was $29.99. It's a funk soul disco record. A lot of that, there are some like funk disco records out there that are fantastic, and some of them do demand a lot of money. This one was $30 now, so it's $15 for Vicki Lawrence. $15 on that. And we've got the Peep Shows. The Peep Shows is a German import punk record from 2003. It's just $15 now. It was $29.99. Now it's $15 for the Peep Shows. We've got Greg Staub, Nothing But the Blood. VG Plus, $5. This is also a jazz record by Greg Staub. VG Plus, $5. Emmett Rhodes, Mirror. This is great. Emmett Rhodes, fantastic. EX condition is $8.50. If you like Paul McCartney, stuff like that, Emmett Rhodes is going to be right in your wheelhouse. Very good stuff. EX is $8.50. Tyler Uribe on Emmett Rhodes. Fantastic pickup there. This is Fran Jeffries, or maybe Fran. VG. It's a white label promo, though, from 1969. VG copy, $5. $5 on Fran or Fran Jeffries. VG, $5 on that. And we've got Elsa Lanchester, Bawdy Cockney Songs. Elsa Lanchester, EX condition, $5. $5 on that. $5 on that. Let's see. Eric Van Leuven, you were second on Emmett Rhodes, and then ST on YouTube, you were third on Emmett Rhodes. Linda Lewis, not a girl or not a little girl anymore. Linda Lewis. It's a white label promo with the press kit. It's in VG Plus condition. It's just $10. $10 for Linda Lewis, not a little girl anymore. $10 on that. Then Young or Jung, I think it's probably Young, like the philosopher, probably the Big Band Syndrome. Young. It's a VG copy, $5. Just $5. That cover is awesome. I feel like that cover is worth $5 alone. Melanie Jennings on Fran Jeffries. Fran Jeffries is sold to Melanie Jennings. Thank you. And then the Blue Boys. The Blue Boys. It's a private press country record. VG condition, $5. VG, $5. Thought maybe, it's like, it might be a gospel record, but maybe not. They do have a song called Raunchy. Raunchy, and For the Good Times. What else? Rocky Top. They even do Rocky Top on here. VG, $5. The Blue Boys, $5. Steve Harley and Cockney Rebel. A closer look. Steve Harley. VG Plus, just $5. $5 for Steve Harley. Get ready to type. It's another Emmett Rhodes. This one is Farewell to Paradise. And this one is VG Plus. It's also a white label promo. This one is $12.50. $12.50, white label promo. Emmett Rhodes, Farewell to Paradise. This one is also sold to Tyler Uribe. Eric Van Leuven, you were second again, unfortunately. And that's everything in that crate, but I'm going to recap this. If you want anything, just let me know. Let me mute my mic for just 1 second. All right, let's recap this crate very quickly. This John Hartford is still available. It is a white label promo, super nice. It is $30, but it's a white label promo of John Hartford. We've got Josh Graves, Alone at Last, All That Jazz soundtrack. Helen Carter, This Is For You, Mama. Then Moon Mullican, Good Times, Gonna Roll Again. That's a sealed mono copy. Let's see, next. Wayne Carson, Lifelines. Mystique, featuring Ralph Johnson. To Kill a Mockingbird soundtrack. I think that was like $5. Wolf Carter, The Dynamite Trail. Augie Cologne, Chant of the Jungle. The Most Exciting Guitar, that's Roy Lanham. Village People, still available. Stargard, still available. Q, Dancing Man. Q, Dancing Man. Aria, soundtrack. Paul Bowman, The Drifter. Bob Dylan, Real Live, still available as well. Steve Winwood, back in The High Life. Alan Parsons, Project Eve. The Nashville Guitars in Detroit. ZZ Hill. Bobby Short. This was Jimmy Rogers, just $5. It is VG, but $5 on Jimmy Rogers. Catfish, Get Down, that's VG. I think that was also just $5, right? Yeah, VG, $5 on that. Brandon Johnson on Bob Dylan. Bob Dylan, Real Live, is sold to Brandon Johnson, ST, over on YouTube. You were second. Carpenters, Live at the Palladium, still available. Starbuck, Rock and Roll Rocket. Eddie Joe Downs, Country Stars and Honky Tonk Bars. This is Tony Booth. Charles Chaplin's A Countess from Hong Kong soundtrack. Pappy Wade Ray, that is sealed. The Cotton Pickers. Gene Summers, The Southern Cat Rocks On. Vicki Lawrence, Newborn Woman. Vicki Lawrence is still available. The Peep Shows, where the punk people at? Greg Staub, Nothing But the Blood. And then Elsa Lanchester, Bawdy Cockney Songs. Linda Lewis, Not a Little Girl Anymore. Young, The Big Band Syndrome. Let's see, Lonnie Jolly on Catfish. Where was Catfish? It's right back here somewhere. I didn't think it was this far back. There it is. Catfish is sold to Lonnie Jolly. Thank you, Lonnie Jolly. That's sold to you. We've got the Blue Boys. That's still available. And Steve Harley and Cockney Rebels, A Closer Look. Let's see, Gene S. Gene S. Where is Gene? Oh, right here. No, that's Greg Staub. Gene S. Gene Summers. Cool. That is sold to Steve Biddlecombe. Sweet. Some rockabilly there. Still quite a bit left in here. Let's see if we can do a nice bundle deal on this. There's a lot of obscure stuff in here. I understand that. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37. 37 records. 37. I'll do 150 on this bunch too. 37 records for $150. That ain't bad. What is that? That would come out to, I mean, yeah, about $4 a record, I think. Is that right? 150 for 37 albums. 37 times 2, 74 times 2, 148. Yeah, it's about $4 per record. Some good stuff in here. 150 for the bundle. $150. Grab it. $150. I feel like that's a good one right there for sure. And yeah, if you're an exploratory listener, there's all sorts of different genres represented in here. Yeah. All right. 150 if anyone wants those. I'll let you think about it. I'll set the crate right over here. I think I've got one more half-off crate to go through as well. All right. Let's see. Yep. Another half-off crate. Let's get this up here. All right. What was the album with the lips? That was the Aria soundtrack. ARIA. Where was that? Aria soundtrack. Where did that go? There it is. Aria. Yeah, cool cover. $10. It was $10. That's the half off price. Edwin Blum, if you want that. It is $10. But if anyone wants that bundle, it is $150 for 37 records. And that's included with your $8 shipping. No additional charge or anything like that. All right. This crate's pretty full as well. Let's see if we can make a dent in it. Neil Young, Hawks and Doves. Neil Young. No condition notes on that. That's $17.50. $17.50 on Neil Young, Hawks and Doves. And then Paul Simon, there goes Ryman Simon. No condition notes on that, just $10. $10 on Paul Simon. Chet Atkins, Solid Gold 68. That is $5. The Country Collection, Don Williams, that is also $5. Cat Stevens, Mona Bone Jacone, $12.50 on Cat Stevens. Boz Scaggs, Slow Dancer. That's $10 for Boz Scaggs. Linda Ronstadt, Greatest Hits, Volume 2. That is $5 for Linda Ronstadt. Just a Boy, that is Leo Sayer. Leo Sayer's $5. Porter Wagner, What Ain't to Be, Just Might Happen. All right, that is $5. $5 for Porter Wagner. LR, that's Linda Ronstadt. That is sold to Kelly. That's not Kelly. Who is Topographic Katru? I cannot remember. But that's sold to Topographic Katru over on Twitch. Let's see. Next in the crate is Cheryl Ladd. I believe Cheryl Ladd, Dance Forever. Cheryl Ladd is $10. $10 on that. Paul Simon, Hearts and Bones. $10. Mike Bartlett, thank you. I think you told me that already. And I'm sorry. I'm trying to memorize all these Twitch handles, and I'm just unable to. My brain ain't quite right. Let's see. Porter drank a lot. Yeah, definitely. That's why that is. What Ain't to Be Just Might Happen. That probably makes more sense if you are drunk. Let's see. I've been tempted on the Linda many times, but my dad has all of them. It's good stuff. Pick it up. Cat Stevens, Catch Bull at 4. Cat Stevens, this one is $7.50. Julian Lennon, Valote, $5 in shrink. $5 for Julian Lennon. Ringo Starr, Goodnight Vienna. That's $7.50 for Ringo. Les Baxter, Bongo Party with Lex Baxter Skins. That is $7.50. No condition notes. Charlie Daniels Band, Fire on the Mountain. That is with the 45. Yeah, it's got the 45 right there. Charlie Daniels Band, $15. $15 on that. $15 on that one. Let's see. Next, Billy Storm. Billy Storm is in shrink for $10. ST on Ringo. Ringo sold to ST over on YouTube. Thank you very much. Neil Young Reactor. That is $10. Just $10 for Neil Young Crazy Horse Reactor. $10 on that. Billy. Denise picking up Billy Storm. Denise Oftedal, thank you very much. That is sold to you. We've got Hank Williams Jr. Songs My Father Left Me in shrink. $15. Looks like a really nice copy on MGM. Hank Williams Jr. The poetry of Hank Williams set to music and sung by Hank Williams Jr. $15 on that. Pretty cool. Porter Wagner in person, recorded live. Peter Wagner is $7.50. Lacey J. Dalton, Hard Times. That is $7.50. Don Williams, Listen to the Radio. $5. Just $5 on that. Been waiting 2 months for that record to show up again. Yeah, what's the date on it? Yeah, May 2nd. So yeah, it's been a little over 2 months. You're not lying at all. That's about right. Let's see. PW Michael Freiberger on PW. That was Porter Wagner. Do you want just this one, or did you want the other one with the unintelligible title as well? Where did that thing go? There it is. What ain't to be just might happen. Did you want both, or just the last one that I showed? DW Radio. That is sold to Stephen Pardon. Don Williams is sold to Stephen Pardon. Michael Freiberger is going to get both. Porter Wagner and Porter Wagner, those are both sold to Michael Freiberger for $5 each. Thank you very much. Next is Spade Cooley. Spade Cooley is $5. Boz Scaggs, Down Two Then Left, is $10. Chris Christopherson, Who's to Bless, is $7.50. Paul Simon, Greatest Hits, etc., $10. People are sleeping on Paul Simon. That's like the third one in here. None of them have been claimed. Neither of the Neil Youngs have been claimed either. Sad days. Guess you guys already have them all. Lacey J. Dalton, 16th Avenue. That's in shrink, $7.50. Here's Chet Atkins. It's a Guitar World. Cool cover. Lots of guitars. $5. $5 on Chet Atkins. It's a Guitar World. There's more Don Williams. This is the best of Don Williams, Volume 3. That's also in shrink for just $5. 24 of Hank Williams' Greatest Hits. That is $15 for Hank Williams. 2 LPs, $15. Mitch Ryder, Never Kick a Sleeping Dog. Mitch Ryder, that's also in shrink, $7.50. More Neil Young. Here's Neil Young and Crazy Horse Life, $17.50. No condition notes on that either. Hank Williams Hits. That is that one right there. That is sold to Stephen Pardon. Thank you, Stephen. That's sold to you. Charlie Daniels Band, High Lonesome. Charlie Daniels Band is $12.50. Alan Parsons Project, iRobot, Essential Record, $10. $10 on that. Brandon Johnson on Neil Young. Brandon, will you buy all 3 of them, or do you just want Life? There's Life. What else is in here? I think, was it Reactor? Yeah, Reactor's in here. And then, what was the other one? Yeah, Hawks and Doves. Got 3 of them. This one's $17.50. This one's just $10. And this one is also $17.50. So if you buy them all, was that $45 for 3 Neil Young records? Come on, man. Get them out of here. Search your Neil Young collection. Glenn Campbell, live. Glenn Campbell is $5. Village People, Can't Stop the Music. Village People is $7.50. And then we've got Denise Williams, I'm So Proud. That's $5. Al Wilson, Searching for the Dolphins. That is $13.50. $13.50 on that. Brandon Jackson said Brandon Johnson on all 3 Neil Young for half off. So that one is sold for $17.50. This one, Life right here, that is also sold for $17.50. And then Reactor is sold for $10. Those are all sold to Brandon Johnson. Thank you very much. ST, you were second to try to claim Hawks. Let's see. What else? Denise for Lonnie Jolly. Denise Williams, that is sold to Lonnie Jolly. Thank you very much. That's sold to you. Can't Stop. That was that one there. Yeah, Village People, Can't Stop the Music. That's sold to Phantom Canuck. Thank you very much. How's it going, Brian Call? Don't have to search Al. They are in Miami. Let's see. All right, Brandon Johnson. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for buying those Neil Young records. Now someone needs to buy all those Paul Simon records. One of the greatest songwriters ever. Well. The Wooden Tops. Hey, we sold one of their records in one of the last crates. This one's $10. No condition notes. Yeah, the Wooden Tops. Well. $10 on that. $10 on that. How much on Al Wilson? Al Wilson is $13.50. It was $26.99. Cool label. It's on the Soul City label. Kind of reminds me of the like the format on it. It's similar to like the Liberty Records label, you know. $13.50 on that. $13.50. Like, it's so similar that I'm like, is this a subsidiary of... It is. It does say a product of Liberty Records. I thought the format on it was really similar, and yeah, it's wild. All right. I think I've looked at too many records to pick up on stuff like that. Let's see. How much Al Wilson passed? No problem. Wooden Tops. Kristen Barnett. On the Wooden Tops, that is sold to Kristen Barnett. Thank you very much. Next, here's another Don Williams. This one is especially for you. That could be you watching. It's especially for you. Don Williams is $5. $5 on that. Johnny Rivers, feels like a double LP, $7.50. It is a double. $7.50 on Johnny Rivers. Loverboy, loving every minute of it. Loverboy is $10. No condition notes on that. 20 Years of Dirt. This is the best of the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band. $7.50. Here's another Nitty Gritty Dirt Band. That one is also $7.50. Then we've got Rick Springfield, Living in Oz. Rick Springfield is $7.50. Sonny and Cher, All I Ever Need Is You. That's $10. This is Stephen Stills, Illegal Stills in Shrink. $10. It says import album. Looks like UK probably. Probably UK, CBS. Made in England, yep. $10 on Stephen Stills. Melanie Jennings on both Nitty Gritty Dirt Bands. Nitty Gritty and Nitty Gritty, those are both sold to Melanie Jennings. Thank you very much. Those are sold to you. Susie Breedlove on Cher. Sonny and Cher. That is sold to Susie Breedlove. Thank you, Susie. That's sold to you. Next, Rod Stewart. Every picture tells a story. Rod Stewart is $12.50. Maggie May. Maggie May is on here too. It's a good album. $12.50. Rod Stewart, $12.50. David Gates. Goodbye Girl. David Gates is $5. Let's see. Stephen Pardon on Rod Stewart. Let's pick up there. That is sold. ST on Stills. Stephen Stills, UK import in Shrink. Very nice copy there. That's sold to ST over on YouTube. ST, you were second on Rod Stewart. Second on Rod Stewart. What's up, Ron? Man, how's it? That even has a promo sticker. John Mayall with Eric Clapton, Blues Breakers. Great album here. Classic blues rock. Yeah, very young Eric Clapton. Good stuff. Yep, yeah, it was $26.99. Now it's $13.50. $13.50 promo sticker. I don't think they released this on a promo label, but that is $13.50. No condition notes on the vinyl either. Someone needs to pick that up for sure. Foghat Live. Foghat, $10. Chris Christopherson, Spooky Ladies Sideshow. That's $7.50. And then the Judds, Why Not Me? That's $12.50. Chet Atkins, was that CGP, I think? $10. Don't see that one as often. This is a bit later. When did this come out? I don't even think this is US, is it? No, I think it is US, but when did this album come out? I don't know if I've ever seen this one. It's got to be 80s or late 70s at the earliest. No, it has a barcode. 1988. Yeah, $10. $10 on Chet Atkins. Let's see. John Mayall. Brian Call was first. Brian Call got John Mayall. That is sold to Brian Call. Patrick Leary, you were second to ask about it. ST, you were third. Third. And then Larry Warren, you were fourth. So that is sold to Brian Call. Really nice copy there. The Judds. Judds is sold to Stephen Pardon. The Judds sold to Stephen Pardon. Thank you very much. William Howell on Foghat Live. Foghat is sold to William Howell. Judd's Info. That already sold, Cody. It was a nice copy, though. It was, no condition notes. 1984. $12.50. That is sold, Cody. Next, Lacey J. Dalton, Taking It Easy. That's $7.50. Tom T. Hall, Faster Horses. Tom T. Hall is $5. Steve Wariner. Steve Wariner is $7.50. Don Williams, Volume 1. A lot of Don Williams in here. That's $5. The Porter Wagner Show featuring Norma Jean, Curly Harris, and the Wagon Masters. Porter Wagner Show, $6.50 on that. Roseanne Cash, Right or Wrong in Shrink, $5. $5 on Roseanne Cash. Stephen Pardon on Warner. Steve Warner is sold to Stephen Pardon. Thank you, Stephen. Tom T. Hall. That's this one right here. That is sold to Cody Wright. Then PW, that was Porter Wagner. That's sold to Michael Freiberger. Thank you guys for buying all these country records out of here. Next, Cat Stevens, Foreigner. Cat Stevens, Foreigner is $7.50. Chuck Holly, you were second on Porter. Does that have 7-year ache? Chris Bryant, which one? Which one, Chris? What else? Porter went to Michael Freiberger. Chuck Holly was second. Cat, please. All right. Ninja Pony. Great name, Ninja Pony. Got Cat Stevens. Roseanne Cash. Did Roseanne? No, it is still here. Roseanne Cash. That is sold to Stephen Pardon. Actually, hold on. Chris Bryan is asking if that is on this album. Which one was it? 7-Year Ache. 7-Year Ache is not on here. That's not on here, Chris Bryan. I'm assuming since it's not on there, you're probably going to pass. So let's go ahead and sell that to, Stephen Pardon. 7-Year Ache request. Oh, not a claim. I got you. Okay. Stephen Pardon. Thank you for letting me know. Stephen Pardon. I got you. So that is not sold. That's still available, but Chris Bryan, if you do want it, it's all yours. But it does not have 7-Year Ache on it. Pass. No problem. So Roseanne Cash is still available if anyone wants it. Here's another Alan Parsons project. This one is Eve. I think we had one of these in one of the other crates. Maybe that's $10. $10 on the Alan Parsons project. And then, man, Paul Simon, self-titled. $10. This is a banger. It's a great album. Just top to bottom. It's that one song. I mean, of course, people know Mother and Child Reunion and like Me and Julio Down by the Schoolyard. But my favorite one is Everything Put Together Falls Apart. What a beautiful track. $10. $10 on Paul Simon. Let's see. Ninja Pony on Simon. You don't have to say, please yell at me if you have to. Was that for this Simon? I don't think I had shown that one yet. Or was there another one back here maybe that you were wanting? Or do you want all of them? There's like 3 or 4 in here. Had I pulled that Paul Simon out yet? Let's see. No Foghat sold. Which one was it? Charles, I think it was live, right? Foghat Live, I believe. Foghat Live sold. Foghat Live. Let's see. Has Simon Parsons. Alan Parsons is definitely sold to Brian Call. Type some of the moment I saw the... Okay, cool. Yeah, this is a great record. Fantastic. That is sold to Ninja Pony. Great handle. Again, I just love the name Ninja Pony. I don't know if any of you guys are familiar with the video game Red Dead Redemption 2. But me and my girlfriend had played it for, we played it for like 6 months. It's a long game. But we kind of gave it our own name, or I should say my girlfriend did, and we kind of subtitled Red Dead Redemption 2 as Ponytown Heroes. So, anytime we're going to play, we're like, you want to play some Ponytown Heroes? Pop in Red Dead Redemption 2. Great game, but it's kind of funny. Let's see. Next, Linda Ronstadt Greatest Hits. Denise, where are you? Here's another, or Kelly actually, $5. $5 on Linda Ronstadt. $5 on that. $5 on that. Great. Yeah, man, what a game. What an experience. The story too. Fantastic game. Yeah, Ponytown Heroes. Leo Sayer, World Radio. Leo Sayer is $5. $5 on that. $5. LR. That was Lonnie Jolly. Lonnie Jolly on Linda Ronstadt. I know, I'm just messing with you, Kelly. Let's see. Next, another Boz Scaggs. Silk Degrees. It's the one everyone wants. Well, maybe this or the one with Dwayne Allman on it, but this one's $10. No condition notes on Boz Scaggs. Silk Degrees. $10 on that. Then Chet Atkins, Class Guitar. Chet Atkins is $5. Sorry, I hit the camera. I feel like I had been doing a pretty good job of not hitting that camera for a while, but there we go. $5. All right, time to recap the crate. I'm gonna recap this crate. Man, this thing was completely full when we started. We probably moved about half of them. Just about half of those sold. That's great. Let's see if we can sell the other half and fill up a second crate of records. Let's see. What about a bundle price and all the Dawn? Cody, let me finish. Let's recap this crate real quick, and then if there's still left in there, I don't know if I'll do a bundle, but well, I'll probably do a bundle for the whole crate. I don't know if I can do just one artist. I know one of the golden rules at Colecco with like these half off crates is that like they are half off sticker price, no more, no less. That's what Chad always says. So also it's weird, it's showing up on my monitor up here, your comment, but it's not showing up on my phone. Wonder why that is. I don't know. Let's see. Here's another Paul Simon. This is There Goes Ryman Simon. That's still available. So everything in here is half off sticker price. If you need to know the condition notes or, the price, just ask. But also if there's stuff in here there you're like, I don't know if I'm going to get it. Maybe this time you will. But, if you have any questions about price, just let me know. Chet Atkins, Solid Gold 68. Did Danzig sell? I'm sure it did. That was for last night, I believe. The Danzig was last night, Andrew. There are no auctions tonight, but Danzig, I believe, sold last night. I'll take that, Simon, too. What is the price? Let's see. Yeah, There Goes Ryman Simon. Another great one. This one's $10 as well. No condition notes on the vinyl. That is sold to Ninja Pony. I think there's another Paul Simon in here as well. So get your typing ready. I guess get your fingers loosened up. Don Williams, The Country Collection. Cat Stevens, Mona Bone Jacone. Boz Scaggs, Slow Dancer. And this is Leo Sayer, Just a Boy. How far am I going? Man, we're going up there. Let's see, we're going to Kansas for one stop. Then we're going to North Dakota for 2 stops. There's 2 stops in North Dakota. Then we're going to Minnesota. And then we're going to Illinois. Then we're going to Michigan. And then Ohio. So 6 different states, 7 stops. So yeah, I'm definitely going to be gone for about a week at least. It's going to be a week. Yeah, no problem, Andrew. Yeah, just make sure you follow our page, and we always post hype pictures of what's going to be auctioned that night, but that post was made yesterday and it was sold last night. Let's see. I'll take that, Simon, no problem. Thanks for watching, Ninja Pony. We appreciate you coming through here. Where are you, Patrick? Let's see, how much was Monobone and condition? Let's see, it was $12.50, no condition notes on the vinyl. It's on that original brown A&M label, too. It does look like a pretty nice copy. $12.50 on that. Kansas City. I can't remember where in Kansas we're going. I think it's out like, man, I almost said in the sticks, but I don't think there are any sticks in Kansas. I think it's just dirt and farms, right? Outside of Kansas City. I don't think, are there any trees in Kansas? Or, let's see. Let's see. No, I know there are trees out there. I'm just being silly. I have driven through Kansas before, and it's not great. It's not my favorite drive. Kansas and Nebraska and all that, man, there's just too much to look at, There's way too much to look at. Let's see. Revelry 1969 is going to take Mona Bone Jacone. Thank you very much. That's sold to you. One Tree, yeah. Let's see. Let's keep on going. Keep on going. Cheryl Ladd, Dance Forever. There she is. Cheryl Ladd. $10 on that. $10. Paul Simon. Here's another Paul Simon. This is Hearts and Bones. That one was $10. Catch Bullet for. There's another Cat Stevens. I think this one was like $7.50. Yeah, $7.50 on that. Julian Lennon, Valote. Skins. That is Les Baxter. That's still available. Charlie Daniels Band, Fire on the Mountain. And it does include the 45 with the picture sleeve. That was $15 on that. $15 on Charlie Daniels. Hank Williams Jr. doing Hank Williams Sr. Songs My Father Left Me. That's a copy in shrink wrap as well. Catch Bull at 4. Let's see, that's Melanie Jennings. Melanie Jennings was first on Cat Stevens. And Brian Call, you were second. You were second on that. Got a comic collection I need to figure out what I've got so I can sell it. No problem. If it's large, I might look at it. Obviously, comics are pretty, like, kind of secondary for us. And we don't really travel too much for them. And it's just not like a primary thing that we do. Like, the comic collection that we got a few weeks ago was, like, literally 5 minutes away from the store. You're like, yeah, we'll do it. A 20 short box. I mean, that's a pretty decent collection. What era is it, or what age? Like silver, golden, bronze? I don't know. Yeah, I'm also not super knowledgeable about comics. And when I say I'm not super knowledgeable about them, I mean, like, I don't hardly know anything about them. But I do my best. I can fake it and make it well enough, I guess. Lacey J. Dalton, Hard Times. Spade Cooley, Boz Scaggs, Down 2 Then Left, Chris Christopherson, Who's to Bless. There's another Paul Simon, that's the Greatest Hits, etc. Run of 80s, X Factor, but a lot of New 52 stuff. Cool. All right, Lacey J. Dalton, 16th Avenue. Sounds like a good collection for, just reading, which that's what they're meant for, right? Chet Atkins, It's a Guitar World. And then Don Williams, The Best Of, Volume 3. Mitch Ryder, Never Kick a Sleeping Dog. Charlie Daniels Band, High Lonesome. I feel like this one doesn't show up as often as some of his others. Maybe I just don't, pay attention too much, but that's $12.50. $12.50. First Appearance Apocalypse. Very cool. I know first appearances are a big deal. Alan Parsons Project, iRobot. Glenn Campbell, Live. Al Wilson, Searching for the Dolphins. That one is still available. Don Williams, Especially for You. Johnny Rivers, still available. Loverboy, loving every minute of it. Rick Springfield, Living in Oz. Then we've got David Gates, Goodbye Girl. Chris Christopherson, Spooky Ladies Sideshow. Chet Atkins, CGP. Lacey J. Dalton, Taking It Easy. Don Williams, Volume 1. Let's see, Rick. Was that Rick Springfield? Yeah, Rick Springfield. That is sold to Scott Oman. Thank you very much. And AL, what was that Al Wilson? ST was AL for Al Wilson. If so, that is sold to you. Philip Holt, no, there was not a Danzig today. That was yesterday only. How much in condition on iRobot? See, I knew someone would have to pick that up, right? It is $10, no condition notes. Let's see, it's got the, that's an Arista company inner sleeve at least. And that is $10, no condition notes on the vinyl, Revelry 1969. Looks like a nice copy. I mean, EX Plus. I'm always hesitant to call something near mint. It's really tough for a record to be near mint, truly, but that is a very nice copy for sure. Revelry 1969, it is $10 for that. Nice copy. Next in the crate is, that Roseanne Cash, Right or Wrong. Leo Sayer, World Radio. Boz Scaggs, Silk Degrees. And then Chet Atkins, Class Guitar. That is what is remaining in that crate. If you need anything, let me know. I'll give it, 30 seconds to a minute or so and make sure that everyone has claimed or at least had a shot at everything that they want out of here before I come up with a bundle price. But iRobot is sold to Revelry 1969. All right, any other claims out of there? If not, I'm going to go ahead and make a bundle price for everything in here. Let me get a little bit of a count going here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33 records. Do $120. 120 bucks. That's like roughly $4 a record. A little bit less than $4 actually, but yeah, 33 records, $120 for the bundle. Some, common titles, but there's a lot of really clean copies of stuff in here. Clean stuff, especially like the country stuff. There's a lot of stuff in shrink. Yeah, 33 albums, 120 bucks. Pretty good deal there. If anybody wants that, that is on the table. 120. How much for Spade? Was there like a Spade Cooley record in here somewhere? I feel like I do remember saying that name, but let's see. If no one takes the bundle deal, I'll sell that to you. Let's see. Spade Cooley was $5. That was $5. All these Crates and No Tubes albums. I know. Crazy. Jim Ciaccio or Ciaccio. Man, I feel like every time I try to say your name, I question the way I pronounce it. But it's $5 for the Spade Cooley. How much for all the Don Williams? Let me see here. All the Don Williams. There's one. There's two. There's three. And I thought there might be one or two more. Was it just three? Did I skip any? No, there's four right there. I think that was all of those, right? 1, 2. Oh. There's a lot of Chet Atkins in here, too. All right. I think it's just those four there. Let's see, 20 bucks. Right? Yeah, I think they were all $9.99. Yeah, $20. I get the name right? All right, well, I think I say it two different ways, so I'm not sure which one is right. Is it Ciaccio, like a soft C? Ciaccio? Or is it Ciaccio? I think it's C, like Ciaccio maybe, but Spade Cooley is sold to Jim Ciaccio. That's sold to Jim, and then Cody Wright, yeah, 20 bucks for these four Don Williams records. Those are sold to Cody Wright. Thank you very much. Those are sold to you. What's the Julie London? If there is, I think that there was one in one of these crates, but I'm pretty, yeah, I'm like 99.9% sure that it did sell. Larry Smith. There was one, I don't think it was in this crate, but maybe the one before, but it did sell. Soft C, Ciaccio. Okay. That's kind of what my gut was telling me, but I wasn't sure. All right, well, we sold, what, like 5 records in there after I made the bundle price. It was, what, 33 for 120. Now it's 28 records. $100. Does anyone want the rest of these for $100 even? $100 for everything left in this crate. $100. All sorts of stuff. $100 in here. $100. And then we can get our second air horn of the day. 2 air horns on a Sunday. That'd be a good way to kick off the week. A lot of listening, for sure. But let's go ahead and get this crate out of the way. But if anyone wants it, just let me know. Just let me know. Gonna get some of these consolidated. Consolidate these crates down a little bit. Yeah, I mean, we had 4 crates of half-off stuff, and they're now like just a little over a crate, so done really well with those. Let's see. Let's do a buy now best offer crate. Or I don't know, let's go through this. It's right here, new vinyl. It's the first like non-discount or non-half off crate that we've gone through all night. Let's just see what's in here real quick. I have no idea, but it's sitting up here. Let's see what we have. Just let me know if you want anything in here. We got Norman Greenbaum, Spirit in the Sky. Cool. I didn't realize they had reissued this. New and sealed. It's at, let's see. AAA lacquers cut from the original masters by Kevin Gray. Sweet. New and sealed, $33.99. $33.99 for Norman Greenbaum, Spirit in the Sky. What a classic song. That is what, front 242 or 242 front? I don't know. Front by front. Front 242. That's new and sealed for $29.99. Norman sounds great. I bet. I mean, it sounds like they did it right. It's a really good record. Gene Loves Jezebel. Heavenly Bodies. That's new and sealed on splatter vinyl. Looks like you know, purple and pink splatter. Very cool. New and sealed, $33.99. Got 3 of them. $33.99 on Gene Loves Jezebel. Skinny Puppy, Rabies. New and sealed, $29.99 on that. $29.99. And then, ooh, Gedson Gilberto. Great stuff. New and sealed deluxe gatefold edition, 180 gram virgin vinyl. Man, I bet this sounds really good too. $26.99. Just $26.99. Tough to find. I mean, it's a fairly common record, but it's tough to find a clean original copy of that one. $26.99. We've got Fallout Boy, Take This to Your Grave, 20th anniversary edition, limited edition on Blue Jay vinyl, new and sealed for $33.99 on Fallout Boy. The Testament, the New Order, new and sealed on blue and pink swirl vinyl, $29.99 for Testament. Billy Nichols, man, the originals of this album are unbelievably rare and expensive, like thousands of dollars. Would You Believe? Billy Nichols, new and sealed, $33.99. I'm trying to remember some of the people that are on here. Steve Marriott produced some of it. Arthur Greenslade's on it. John Paul Jones from John Paul Jones from Led Zeppelin. Small Faces is on here, but it's like a who's who of the UK scene from like the late 60s, but very rare. I can't remember what the story is on that, if they just like decided not to release it, but a few copies got out, or if the label was shutting down. There was something weird that happened that made this record so rare. Billy Nichols, new and sealed, $33.99. New and sealed, $33.99. Bundles. Monty Reed, do you want the do you want that bundle that I just showed, that last crate? Or do you want me to do a bundle on all of the half off stuff? Because I can do a bundle on all of it and sell it to you for a really good price if you want. Just let me know. But Fred Carnell's going to get a Norman Greenbaum. Norman Greenbaum is sold to Fred Carnell. Thank you, Fred. Thanks for tuning in. And Jeremy Bryant over on Twitch is going to get Gene Loves Jezebel. I've got only 2 copies of that left. And then Fred Carnell is also going to get the Gedson Gilberto. That is sold to Fred Carnell as well. Monty Reed, let me know what you want to do on the bundles. I'll hook you up, brother. I will hook you up if you want to do some bundles on those non-selling half-off crates. I'll get a count on all of them that are left and price them very well for you if you're interested. Peter Gabriel, new and sealed on silver vinyl. Cool, $34.99. I'm pretty certain the cover on this is Hypnosis, and it's what's the guy from Throbbing Gristle? Georgie, what's his name? Man, I forgot his name, but I'm pretty sure he did this cover. Yeah, cover by Hypnosis. It doesn't say who. Yeah, George Graves, maybe? No, not, that's who mastered it. One of the main dudes from Throbbing Gristle, you know, was in the Hypnosis Collective, and I'm pretty certain he did a lot of the Peter Gabriel covers in particular. Let's see, his Facebook hung up. It might be. I also just think people aren't buying the new vinyl right now. Let's see. Will you do 90? What did I say? 100? I would like to stick at 100 because I think 90 with the shipping rate would be kind of tough. I'd like to stick at 100 on that. But I know that's a good. I mean, that's like $3 a record. Peter C. from. Was it Peter? Okay. Yeah, all of Peter Gabriel's first 4 are Hypnosis. Yeah, it's that dude from Throbbing Gristle. Peter, what was his like? I feel like he had a different stage name though. It was like, golly, man, I can't remember what his stage name was. Is it just Peter C? I thought it was something else, but Peter Gabriel. That is on silver vinyl, $34.99. Peter, aka Sleazy. Yeah, odd dude, odd group. Man, I love Throbbing Gristle though. That 20 Jazz Funk Greats record is so good. Unto Others, Strength. That is new and sealed for $29.99. Unto Others, Strength. And then Metallica, Reload. That's a new sealed copy for $49.99. Coil, yeah. Coil's really cool too. Similar, maybe even darker somehow in a weird way, or more avant-garde. Let's see. Guess it's a little slow tonight, but that's all right. That's kind of how it is on Sundays. Metallica Reload, new and sealed, $49.99. This is Chelsea Wolfe. Cool. She reaches out to. What is the actual name of this? It's just She Reaches Out. Yeah. New and sealed, Chelsea Wolfe, $29.99 on Chelsea Wolfe. Those are available. Stephen Pearcy, Overdrive, new and sealed, marbled vinyl, $29.99 on that. Pink Floyd, A Momentary Lapse of Reason, remastered, new and sealed, $33.99. This is Iced Earth, Bang Your Head. That's new and sealed for $44.99. Yeah, that documentary is great. I think it's on Netflix. I watched it like at least a year ago. Whenever they put it on there, I watched it. I wanted to see it in theaters when they were showing it, but I never got around to it. But yeah, it's a great documentary. The Doors, Self Twaddle. This is a QRP. New and sealed, $59.99. Is it stereo or mono? Curious. Does it say? Oh, I guess, yeah, down here it says stereo on the cover at least. Cool. $59.99 on the Doors. Self-titled QRP pressing. A Perfect Circle, 13th Step. That's new and sealed for $39.99. A Perfect Circle, $39.99. This is Ghost. What is this one called? Infestisumum. Yep. Ghost, new and sealed, $33.99. Black Sabbath Volume 4, 180 gram remaster, new and sealed for $33.99. Van Morrison Moondance, back to vinyl, 180 gram, new and sealed, $34.99 on Van the Man. Rush Signals, 180 gram audiophile vinyl, $36.99 on Rush Signals. We've got Ministry, Shows the Way. Ministry Shows the Way. That's not the name of the album, is it? I always forget the actual name of this album. Ministry, new and sealed, $29.99. $29.99 on Ministry. And then Metallica, Master of Puppets. That's a new sealed remaster for $29.99. White Lion, Fight to Survive. Splatter vinyl, looks like white with like black and red splatter. $34.99. And then there's another copy of Master of Puppets there. Let's see. Mary Miles on Van Morrison. Van the Man. That is sold to Mary Miles. Thank you, Mary Miles. That is sold to you. Let me recap this very quickly. All right. Let's see. Monty Reed, are you still watching? I'm still interested in doing that bundle deal with you, but I'll do 100 on it. Psalm 69. Thank you. Psalm 69, The Way to Succeed and The Way to Suck Eggs. Yeah, I knew there was like a kind of hidden title almost. Probably, I'm sure it's probably like on the label or something, but feel like it's nowhere on the cover or anything like that, but thank you, Darren. Yeah, let me just read the titles in here that are left. Let me know if you want anything. Norman Greenbaum, Spirit in the Sky. Front 242. Gene Loves Jezebel. That is Heavenly Bodies. I've just got 2 copies left of that. Skinny Puppy. Rabies. Skinny Puppy still available. Fallout Boy. Take this to your grave. Testament. The New Order. Billy Nichols. Would You Believe? Billy Nichols. We've got 3 copies of that left. And then Peter Gabriel. Got 2 copies of that. Unto Others. Strength. Unto Others. Metallica Reload. New and sealed remastered. Chelsea Wolfe. She Reaches Out. That is still available. Stephen Pearcy, Overdrive on marbled vinyl. Pink Floyd, A Momentary Lapse of Reason remastered. And then Iced Earth, Bang Your Head. The Doors, self-titled QRP pressing. A Perfect Circle, 13th Step. And then Ghost is still available. Black Sabbath, Volume 4. Gotta have it if you don't already have it. Rush, Signals, Ministry, Metallica, and White Lion. Those are all still available. If anybody wants anything out of there, let me know. I'm going to put up a crate of some Buy It Now Best Offer stuff. I think maybe the last time I did a sale, I think I went through this crate. So let's see. Let's see what we've got. What is this? This looks interesting. Let's see. This was from the 12th. What's today? The 13th? Yeah, this is just from yesterday. Let's do these Buy It Now Best Offer. Buy It Now Best Offer on this crate. How much for Pink Floyd? Mike Moore. Let me see. How much was that Pink Floyd? And where is it? There it is. $33.99. Pink Floyd Momentary Lapse of Reason. It's got Learning to Fly on it. New and sealed. $33.99 on that. Let me know if you want that. I'll sell it to you. And yeah, let's do Buy It Now or Best Offer. I'll read the artist, title, price, condition, all that. You can buy it, sticker, make an offer. I'm sure you know how it works at this point. Let's do a Buy It Now or Best Offer crate from stuff that was just priced yesterday. See what we got. Nancy Sinatra, Sugar. Nancy Sinatra, $34.99. Bob Seger, 7. That is $39.99. That's a 1974 Santa Maria press with no condition notes. Robbie Dupree. Robbie Dupree is $9.99. Elvis Costello and the Attractions, Armed Forces, $29.99. This is a UK import with the foldable sleeve. Foldable sleeve. This, I don't know if I've ever seen that one with a sleeve like that. $29.99 on Elvis Costello. Next is The Beatles, 1962 to 1966 on the Apple label, $49.99. Also, no condition notes on that. Chicago 16 in shrink, $9.99. And then The Monkees, self-titled on Colgems, $19.99. Man, no condition notes on that either. Must have found a pretty good stash of records here. $19.99. Bread, Lost Without Your Love. Bread is $9.99. Buy It Now, Best Offer. Everything in this crate. Here's another Foghat record. Foghat Live is $19.99. John Entwistle, Rigor Mortis Sets In. John Entwistle is $19.99. The Babies, Broken Heart. The Babies is $19.99. BTO 2, Bachman Turner Overdrive 2, $14.99. See, Darren Chrisman 10. I think it was priced at $19.99, right? I'll do $14 on it. I'll do $14 on the Monkees, Darren, if you want that. I'll do $14. Mary Miles, Chicago 7. That sounds good. Yeah, Chicago, $7 on Chicago. That's sold to Mary Miles. The Monkees is in mono. COM on the catalog number there. Yeah, that's a mono copy. I'll do $14 on it, and that is sold to Darren Chrisman for $14. Thank you, Darren. That's sold to you. The Mindbenders, A Groovy Kind of Love on the Fontana label, or Fontana, $14.99 on the Mindbenders. Next, Steve Miller Band, Fly Like an Eagle in shrink wrap. Nice. $19.99. $19.99 on Steve Miller Band. Very cool. I wonder if he's playing that upside down. There was something where I think he bought, like right after Jimi Hendrix had died, I think Jimmy had a couple guitars getting worked on. And I think Steve Miller bought them and used them, but he like flipped them upside down. Like he was playing upside down left-handed guitars or something like that. I'm sure I'm totally botching this story, but Steve Miller also played the guitar upside down. Is what I'm getting at. Or he had them strung upside down. Baby's price is $19.99. Jeff Hansen, and this is a buy it now or best offer crate. This is Donovan, a gift from a flower to a garden. That's $34.99, and it does have the inserts with it. No condition notes on the vinyl either. $34.99 on that. The Mindbenders, $10. Sell that to Chuck Halley for $10. Thank you, Chuck. That sold to you for $10. Rick Derringer, Face to Face, is $14.99. Fleetwood Mac, Mystery to Me. No condition notes on the vinyl, $24.99. Ninja Pony, welcome back. You're on YouTube now. I'm Paul. Chad is the primary guy, that does the auctions. I do these Sunday sales probably like 2 or 3 times a month. Like I try to do them on Sundays, and I'll fill in for him if he's off or if he goes to Colorado for a Metallica show or something. But also, Ninja Pony, you have bought from us before, right? I just want to make sure that you are a returning customer. Let's see, Steve Miller 14. That sounds good. Steve Miller, $14. That is sold. That is sold to Jeff Hansen. Thank you, Jeff. That's sold to you. And Jeff is also going to get the babies for $15. Sold and sold. Those are both sold to Jeff Hansen. BTO, Bachman Turner Overdrive. BTO is $14.99. Scully Mac, let me know if you want that. Yeah, when you hear Chad mention a Paul crate, this is Paul. That's me. I thought you had. I feel like I've sold to you before, but maybe it's been like a month or so. Hey, how's it going, Dennis? It's good seeing you the other day. Let's see. Hope you're doing well on this lovely Sunday. Well, mostly lovely. It stormed so hard earlier. You would have looked outside and thought that a hurricane came through. It was absolutely pouring rain earlier for like maybe 20 or 30 minutes, but it was nuts. It was just coming down hard. But BTO is sold to Scully Mac. But I guess every day is a good day when you're buying and selling records, right? Utopia, Adventures in Utopia. Todd Rundgren, great band. What happened to the sticker? Let's say it's $14.99. Well, let me check the condition on it first before I just say that. Let's see. Man, it's a nice copy. Yeah, $14.99 on Utopia, Todd Rundgren. Let's see. Top 3 favorite bands. That's tricky. Top 3 favorite bands. Can is my number 1 band. And then probably, maybe King Crimson and the Kinks. Velvet Underground is in there too, though. And I do love the Beatles. I love Pink Floyd. I don't know. It's hard to pick 3, but some of those. And Can is definitely number 1. But King Crimson's way up. I don't know. Yeah, Pink Floyd I grew up with. Led Zeppelin I grew up with. Beatles I grew up with, of course. But I think Can kind of represents all the different stuff that I listened to. They were like so odd. But don't forget Napalm Death. Man, I never got into like super heavy stuff. But man, I do love like proto metal kind of stuff, Can is my number 1 though, I have to say. Can. Their run from like, was it Soundtracks all the way through what was it? I think Future Days was like their last one in that period. that's like essential. But yeah, Tagamago, Ege Bamyasi, yeah, Future Days, Monster Movie. Man, that whole run right there is just incredible. Let's see. Shoot. Oh yeah, shoot. Cool. Ken is great. So yeah, man, they're unbelievably good. Their drummer, so good. And then Holger Zuke, their bass player, was like a wizard, just with his tape. You know, he would just like record their jams and like splice everything into a song. Basically, they would jam for hours, and he would record everything, and then he would just kind of splice it all together to form tracks. But Fleetwood Mac is sold to Brogan Sconce for $20. Thank you very much. That is sold to you. Did I sell the BTO for 10? I did. Okay. So I'm caught up on that. Just want to make sure. Sorry, I got off topic. Utopia 10. Let's do it. Ron Burns gets Utopia for $10. That is sold. What else? Fu Manchu's cool. Kenner amazing. Yeah, Tagamago, man, that's such a trip of a record. Like the first disc is kind of like, you know, there are songs there, and then you get to the second album and it just gets absolutely bonkers. Like I love that album, but it's, you know, you do have to be in the right mood for that second half of Tagamago for sure. It gets really out there. I love it. But yeah, Monster Movie, man, that was great too. That's with their original singer, Mooney. What's Malcolm Mooney? Man, he was cool. Very cool singer too. But of course, Damo, you know, it's that he's kind of I feel like he has the identity of Can. Like that's what people think of when they think of Can in their classic period. But Malcolm Mooney, man, great stuff too. I could talk about Can all day. I love him. Let's see. Also, I guess it's a good time to bring it up, like psych and stuff. I did post a like heavy psych and heavy prog playlist that I made on Tidal. I posted it on the Whole Lot of Records group page that we have. So if you're interested in hearing some like heavy psych from the 60s and 70s and like some true proto metal kind of stuff, like foundational metal stuff, you know, there's a lot of that on that playlist. So check it out. Check it out. Found a sealed OG Ega Bamyasi at Austin. Oh, cool. Man, yeah, I need to... I've got some early copies of all their stuff. I really want to get, like, true first German copies of, like, at least Ega Bamyasi, Future Days, and Tagamago. Those three I really need to seek out. Really clean, original first pressings of those. Let's see... Next, let's get back in Nas. Cool, the best of Nas. There's Speaking of Todd Rundgren, there he is. $10, just $10 on. Open My Eyes, man. Great song. It's also got "Hello, It's Me." Not it's different than the one that Todd Rundgren recorded as a solo musician, but very good. I love Nas. $10, $10 on the best of Nas. Elvis, Love Letters from Elvis. That's $10. No condition notes on that. Here's another Elvis, recorded live on stage in Memphis. $17.50. It's a 1974 orange RCA label. $17.50 on Elvis. Ron Burns on Nas. Great pickup there. $10. Can't go wrong. I managed to catch Michael Rother on tour. I didn't even know that he was on tour. Thanks for letting me know. No, I'm just kidding. Did he come through Nashville? Man, that would have been awesome. I think he might be like the only surviving original member, right? I think the rest of them have passed away. But no, I didn't even know he was on tour. I definitely would have gone if I had known about it, and especially if they came anywhere near Nashville. David Allen's Gong. Oh yeah, the Gnome trilogy by Gong. Yeah, was it Angel's Egg, You, and Flying Radio Gnome or whatever? Man, yeah, Great stuff. Their first couple are good too. That Camembert Eruptum, or what is that the name of that album? It's like their first or second one. I don't know. I love Gong and Steve Hillage, all that stuff. I could talk about Prague and Canterbury, Prague, Psych, all that kind of stuff all day. That's really what I like to do, is talk about that kind of stuff. But man, thinking about Steve Hillage reminded me of, like, you know, Arzachel, that album, and there's also that Con Sea Shanty, or not sea shanties, but space shanties. That's also a really good one. Great album. The Fortunes, It's the Real Thing. It was, yeah, it's $29.99. 1969 Coke promo. It's a promotion for cocaine or Coca-Cola. Oh, Coca-Cola. Yeah, I guess that's legal. $29.99 on The Fortunes, It's the Real Thing. $29.99 on that. Last of the Red Hot Burritos, that's the Flying Burrito Brothers. Flying Burrito Brothers is $34.99. I like turtles. I like turtles too. Al Cooper, Championship Wrestling. Al Cooper is $19.99. Climax Blues Band, Sense of Direction is $19.99. Again, everything in this crate is buy now or best offer. Jimmy Cliff, I Am the Living. That's in shrink. $24.99 on Jimmy Cliff. And then we've got Steely Dan, Pretzel Logic. Wow, quadraphonic pressing. $49.99. It does have a bit of a split going on the top seam, but no condition notes on the vinyl. $49.99. BB, what's up? The Flying Burrito Brothers. 25. Let's do 28. It was just priced yesterday, and I'm not even 100% convinced that this crate got shown last night. I don't know if he even went through this one. I'll do $28 on that one, Mary. It's a nice copy. Billy Joel, Stormfront, $49.99. This one's from 1989. That one is a bit more difficult to find. This one's $49.99. Billy Joel, Stormfront. Elvis, Aloha from Hawaii via satellite. That's $34.99. $34.99. It did get shown? Okay. CCR Mardi Gras. CCR is $34.99. No condition notes on that either. No condition notes. Yeah. No condition notes on it, Mary. Let me take a look at it real quick. It's a Terre Haute. Yeah, I mean, it looks like a very nice copy. Jacket's probably like strong VG, light or low VG plus, kind of on that borderline. It's not bad. And then the vinyl's very nice on it. It was shown last night. Okay, I guess it has been. There's just some stuff in here that I'm like surprised is still in here. We've got Bad Company, Rough Diamonds. That's $19.99. Steely Dan, Countdown to Ecstasy, another quad pressing. That's also $49.99. And then Tubular Bells, man, by Mike Oldfield. That's $29.99. Also quadraphonic. Rose sold. Flying Burrito Brothers. That is sold to Mary Miles for $28. Thank you very much. And I'm just going to recap this crate very quickly. And let's see, Nancy Sinatra Sugar. If anyone needs condition notes or price, or you want to make an offer on anything, just let me know. Bob Seger 7. Robbie Dupree is still available. Elvis Costello and the Attractions, Armed Forces, with that cool like UK foldable sleeve that I don't think I've ever seen. The Beatles, 1962 to 66. Bread, Lost Without Your Love. Foghat Live. John Entwistle, Rigor Mortis Sets In. John Entwistle, the basis for The Who. Donovan, A Gift from a Flower to a Garden. Rick Derringer, Face to Face. This is Elvis, Love Letters from Elvis. Did the Elvis Costello album include the 45 with 3 live songs? I don't know. I wonder if they released it like that in the UK, because this is a UK import. It just has this cool like foldable sleeve. Let's see if it has a 45 with it. I don't see one, but I also don't know if it came with it in the UK. It might have, but I'm just not sure. The vinyl's really nice on it, though. It's a nice copy for sure. Whoa. Almost spoke too soon. Let's see. I don't know if I'm probably not even folding this up right, but it is together. Peter Haas, let me know if you are interested in it. It's priced $29.99. Like I said, it is a buy it now or best offer crate. If you don't want it, then it looks like Brent Ribley could be interested in it. But yeah, $29.99 is the sticker price on that. Pretty unique one there. No problem, Peter. I'm assuming you're passing on it. If so, that's fine. Brent, it was priced $29.99, and Brent offered $24. I'm going to go ahead and sell that to Brent for $24. Thank you, Brent. That's all to you. No $2 Paul bump on that one. If you had offered 20, I think you knew what you were doing. You knew. I feel like you normally would have offered 22. If Chad was doing the sale, you probably would have, and he wouldn't have bumped it, but I would have. I would have bumped it to 24 just for you. Elvis, recorded live on stage in Memphis. There's the Fortunes. It's the real thing. Let's see, you get so many UK pressings. I wonder at what point I'm going to bring one home. Man, UK pressings of like almost anything, especially from like the 60s and 70s, sound great. They do. Oh, well, you're in the UK. Then you know. UK pressings and German imports, like all those things, sound great. I don't know what it is. It's just the quality, I guess. They do it a little bit different. But yeah, UK imports sound fantastic. Al Cooper, Championship Wrestling. Climax Blues Band, Sense of Direction. Jimmy Cliff, I Am the Living. That's a really nice copy there. In Shrink. Steely Dan, Pretzel Logic. That is a quadraphonic pressing. Billy Joel, Stormfront. Again, pretty tough one. Late 80s. Low run on that probably. Elvis, Aloha from Hawaii via satellite. CCR, Mardi Gras. Bad Company, Rough Diamonds. And then, yeah, another quad. That's Steely Dan, Countdown to Ecstasy. And Mike Oldfield, Tubular Bells, man. What's the price and condition on Donovan? Samuel, it is, I think it was $34.99. There's no condition notes on the vinyl. And John left a note on here that it does have the inserts. With inserts, and the box looks pretty good. It looks really good, actually. It's kind of similar to, like All Things Must Pass by George Harrison. Almost all the, like, more often than not, the box is completely crushed. This one's nice and intact. No condition notes on the vinyl itself. It does have the inserts. $34.99. Samuel, if you're interested in that, let me know. All right, what's up, Timothy? But yeah, that's everything that's left in there. I think that's probably going to do it for me tonight. Got a really long week coming up with this trip that I'm about to take. Take 27. I will take 27. Sell Donovan to Samuel Coppage for $27. That is sold. I collect debut UK, German, and Japanese for, yeah. I get them when I can, for sure. Let's see. And safe travel. Thank you very much. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Does anyone want like a last minute? I went through 4 half-off crates. We're down to like a little bit less than 1.5. It's a little bit more than 1, less than 1.5. I guess maybe roughly 1.25 crates. If anyone is interested in the half-off stuff that I went through that didn't sell, I can do a count and get a price on all of those to get them out of here. But is anyone interested? Before I just count stuff, let's see. How much was the Beatles? David V, it was $49.99. It's on the Apple label. No condition notes on the vinyl either. And let me see. Yeah, it's a nice looking disc. Let me see how the other one is. It's also, they've also got the original inner sleeves. There's that Apple label. Looks nice, man. Yeah, it's a nice copy. $49.99 is the sticker price on that. $49.99, David. If you're interested, let me know. $49.99. All right. You know what? I'm going to count these records over here anyways, and if anyone's interested. I'm going to do a good price on them. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88 of them. 88. $250 for all of them. Let's see. You can read through them again real quick for those who were late. Let's see. $40 on the Beatles is sold to David V. What did I say? $250 on the half off stuff. 88 records. Is that what I said? Something like that. 80 something records, right? Yeah, it's a huge bundle and a very good price, I would say. That's like, what, around $3 a piece? There's good stuff in there, including probably the best one. Well, I don't know, there's a couple really good ones in here, and that John Hartford white label promo is really cool. That's one of the ones that's in there. John Hartford Aeroplane white label promo on Warner, and it's super clean. I remember pricing this one. But yeah, if anyone wants the bundle, some good stuff. A little bit of money to be made on there too if you're a reseller. But I believe that's going to be it for me tonight. And let's see, Mary Miles, John. Mary Miles wants the John Hartford. All right, I mean, if you want to buy, well, I guess the bundle price that I mentioned is kind of out the window now, but Mary Miles wants the John Hartford Aeroplane white label promo. That one is $30. It was stickered at $59.99. Just want you to know that is $30 now. And I also want you to know that's a really good price for it. I was kind of surprised when this record used to, I don't know, like 10 years ago or something, it was like a $5 to $10 album, but I think people are catching on to it. And the promo in particular goes for quite a bit. Pretty pricey promo copy there. But that's a really good deal, $30. That's sold to Mary Miles. And that's going to be it. That's it for the sale. Great. Yeah, it is a great record. Great record. I love the cover too. That photo's fantastic. Yeah, that is sold to Mary Miles for $30. All right. That's going to be it. I appreciate you guys hanging out. Next time you see me, we will have a lot more records here at the store. We're going to be getting a lot of new stuff, a lot of really good stuff, so definitely stay tuned. And Chad will be on here tomorrow night selling records again.